All right, the Royal Rumble, January 15th, 1989, in Houston, Texas. It was at the Summit. 19,000 people in attendance. No partners, 30 opponents. The second ever technical Royal Rumble. First actual legit one. The first one was a trial run we saw.
Hmm.
This one's actually 30 superstars, so
Yeah. So the tagline is already a lie because not a single person here had 30 opponents.
oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah,
At most, they had 29.
yeah, true. And especially, would you count whoever comes in at 30? They wouldn't technically have 30 opponents, right? They'd have whatever's left.
Well, nobody has 30 opponents because there's no point where more than 6 or 7 people were in the ring.
Yeah.
But that's just me being a shithead for a cheap laugh.
I wish I can go back in
Just to hear
time.
myself talk and laugh.
Wish I could go back in time and tell the people that, hey, in 2011 or something like that, there's gonna be 40.
It was 2011, I think.
It was okay,
Yeah. And
and
then
then
they do that once and they go, nah.
yeah, too long.
Yeah, we'll just go back to.
And an Irish guy is gonna steal it from the greatest wrestler of all time. Dude, I couldn't tell you 10-year-old Landon was so excited, man. I thought he was gonna win. I didn't understand the storyline back then. Uh,
I don't even remember if there was so much of a story that Sheamus would win that Rumble
I think he
because it
came in
kind
that
of.
year and he just like beat the shit out of John Cena, right? And then he lost the title, and then he used that to get it back.
No, that's the year he's a babyface when he won that Rumble
Oh, okay,
because that was the one that he would beat Daniel Bryan at Mania.
that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so the opening video of
I
this, it
kind of
was
like this one.
yeah, I mean it was narrated by Vince McMahon.
Hmm.
Um, do you notice how whenever they use the logos in their videos, like when they're doing the logo, that sounded very weird, but they always use like they still using that very like here's the American lands, like they're showing. It's kind
Oh
of looks
yeah.
like Utah is. I don't know. They're showing like craters and mountains, and they're like, you see what we got here? These fucking awesome places.
And
Uh,
WWE loves all of them.
true. Uh,
Yeah, I guess patriotic imagery just sells very well.
especially in the 80s.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, their entire like top baby face is he's red and yellow, but he will consistently remind you that he loves America.
Yeah. Even their like subcategory B plus baby faces, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. No one
Yeah.
gets more American than him. So
Well, the Rougeaus are like they love America, but everyone hates them for some reason.
yeah, they're trying to move here from
No, they finally did.
where are they? Where are they from? What's their stick? Canada?
I don't. I yeah, but I mean, their entire thing in the shows before this was they're soon to relocate to the United States.
Yeah, and they carry the flags and everything.
Well, now they've actually made it. I don't remember where he said they were from, but they actually did name a place in America.
That's weird. But yeah, so basically what they do is they do a video package. It's kind of like an intro to all the participants that are in the ring, in the Royal Rumble. Um, we also have commentators tonight. Our favorite duo, Jesse and Gorilla. They're
Great
back
to have him
again.
back after a trip to WCW.
I agree. Is this our first one post WCW?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we've only watched the one Starcade show.
I forgot what we watched last night, but yeah, you're right. It was Starcade.
It is Starcade. We're in a new year now, man. Now we can party like it's 1989.
A lot of people were saying that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, maybe in another 10 years.
you know, they started announcing all of the matches for tonight, and I wrote this down because it really stood out. For the first time in 7 pay-per-views, we have a women's match tonight.
Yeah. The Rumble is the place for the women to wrestle. It's literally where we saw the last women's match, I believe.
Yeah, more than
And
likely,
this was
yeah.
not quite as good as Jumping Bomb Angels versus the Glamour Girls. Although one of the Glamour Girls was here.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, so we start out. We have a 6-man tag team match. And guess what, Cameron? Because it's the Royal Rumble, we're going to use the same rules as we did last time, and this match is going to be 2 out of 3 falls.
Luckily, it was only the one match that did this.
Yeah, thank God. But we have Dino Bravo and the Rougeau brothers versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Hearts. Um, which honestly, I kind of like this teaming. First of all, we get to see the Hearts. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna spoil something too. You don't see
Okay.
any of these guys later on during the Rumble, and I hate
No,
that
no.
because
That kind of doesn't that. No, Race and Haku were in the Rumble, weren't they? Or at least Race was,
no,
or
I
were they
don't think
not?
either one of those were in the Rumble,
All right, yeah. So when you're just in another match, you're just not in the Rumble.
which sucks because technically one of these guys in this match won the first ever Royal Rumble with Hacksaw,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
don't
Not even
even get to
technically,
be
literally.
yeah, and he don't even get to be in the actual one that counts on the permanent record.
Well, Bret Hart's probably not allowed in the Rumble because last time he lost the Battle Royal, he smashed the trophy.
Yeah, could you imagine if they had a trophy for this one?
And then Bret Hart takes it from dude and smashes
Or is a fucking Rolls Royce?
it.
Dude,
Smashes the Rolls Royce.
you think Brett found that guy in the alley after he got his Rolls Royce and fucking stole his keys from him?
He might have. Well, was Bret on the show by then?
No, I think that was like that's episode 2 of here in '86. I don't think he was on
Yeah,
right
I don't know if he was signed yet or not. Very
now.
sure they got Brett and well, they might have gotten him actually because they got Brett when they bought out Stampede, I think, because they were also wanting like the Bulldogs, and we had both the Bulldogs on like early shows, so they might have had the Hart Foundation by then.
Another thing I had, both teams got their intros.
Yeah, we're kind of in this era now where
People are getting their theme
more yeah,
songs.
everyone's getting their intros. There's a few that well, I don't know. I feel like the women's match in general, they just kind of like rush through it.
I wish
But
they
I feel
did.
like well, Haku and Harley Race both technically had their entrances, even though Harley Race like jumped him. But we'll get to that part. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're seeing like heels and babies both get their full entrances now.
Yeah. But yeah, what'd you think on this match? I have a lot of
Um,
notes for it.
you have a lot of notes
A
for
lot
it.
of notes, yeah.
Were you gonna go by the fall or?
Yeah, I got those two. Jim Neidhart and Dino Bravo, they start out the match. Hacksaw Jim Duggan constantly on the outside, just getting like screamed at and loved, more than the actual stuff is going on inside the match.
There's a WWF style for you.
Yeah, he's just people would rather look at Hacksaw Jim Duggan on the outside trying to hype up the crowd than
Than
um
Bret Hart being a great wrestler inside.
exactly. Also, you got Frenchie Martin with his goddamn flag.
Yeah.
Before the first pinfall, Frenchie actually lifts up the flag and accidentally hits one of the Rougeaus in the ass with it, which I thought was hilarious. Um, oh, also Brett does these 3 pinfalls in a row. He does a small package to a sunset flip to a high cross body, all 3 pins, which was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Literally
Bret
back
Hart's
to
really
back to
good.
back. Goddamn amazing. Uh, Also, they had this one moment before the first pinfall where they had all 3 members in the corner of the
I
Rougeaus.
noted this and
Yeah,
I thought it was so funny.
and they used Jim Neidhart as a battering ram.
Yeah. But
And
then they all six like stuck there.
yeah, and he literally just kept going for like 3 or 4 times. Didn't even fucking move. Uh, Also, the way they get this first pinfall is
It was very
fucking
strange
insane.
because it looks almost exactly like the Hart Foundation's finish. Just it looks like this one hurts a little more.
What would you even call that?
I don't know, man,
Some
because
kind of
like the Hart
senton, right?
Foundation, they do the thing where the one I think Neidhart lifts him up like almost inverted atomic drop style, and then Bret Hart comes across like a clothesline or something.
Yeah.
But they do this to Bret Hart, except instead of a clothesline, the other Rougeau comes flying off the fucking ropes and sits on him.
It was
I
fucking insane.
Yeah, I feel like that would put down anyone.
It was Jacques
Gotcha.
Rougeau, the more high
Okay,
flyer
cool.
of the Rougeau brothers.
I suppose he did a thing earlier in the match where he like does this perfect flip over Bret Hart's back, but then he just gets caught anyway with a clothesline. I thought that looked pretty cool. I didn't really have much on the first fall other than like those two things, like the finish, the shoulder thrust, and well three, and with the thing I just mentioned.
I gotcha. But yeah, so the Rougeaus and Dino Bravo pick up the first ever pinfall of this match. So they're up 1-0. No,
You
we're
know the
not.
rules, man. You know the rules.
Yeah, whoever gets pinned and whoever is the pinnee
And we have
must.
to cut to a Hogan promo. Nope, not today.
Yeah. We're not gonna have to wait until who was it? Strike Force? No, it wasn't Strike Force. Whoever the hell had to
Yeah,
take that 30
yeah,
minutes.
it was Strike Force, and because they lost to the Islanders like two falls in a row.
Yeah, wash match.
At least that that one went after the Rumble. At least all these matches went before.
Yeah, true, true. Uh, one of the things that one of the things that does make me sad is I mean I kind of mentioned earlier like we're not gonna get Dino Bravo and like Hacksaw and like Dino Bravo reminds me of Don Morocco a lot because you know they had those two back-to-back matches against each other at different pay-per-views. So that
Yeah,
always makes me sad because I think we mentioned a couple like he's retired now because of injuries.
yeah,
Um,
he's gone from the company at least.
yeah, which is just very very sad. But yeah, so like I said, Rougeau's and Dino get the first. Why do I keep saying first ever? First pin of the match. Uh,
I liked it for what it was, just the first fall, because with it being 2 out of 3 falls, you kind of fall into this mindset of I can get away with not paying too much of attention because they're probably going to go to a third fall or some bullshit. But so getting the first fall out of nowhere like it was, it felt like it was kind of I liked it because that meant that they were going to at least keep a constant pace. And given the fact that last show we had constant 15, 20, sometimes 30-minute matches, but they never seem to drag like sometimes WWF matches will at 8, 10, 12 minutes. Um, so knowing I was about to put up with 2 out of 3 falls and the first fall came pretty quick, I had high hopes. But then because this wasn't a bad match
no,
at all,
it's
by the
not.
way.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy this match. I really like the Rougeaus. I think their offense as a team is really good. They have a good tandem offense.
And especially
They
like
even go ahead.
especially like during this during before the next pinfall, but we literally have Bret Hart getting his ass kicked for a
Yeah.
good 5 minutes.
That's his role is he's the one that sells very well, so he can tag out to the two big dudes and they can run wild.
Mhm.
Um, there's a really funny part to me in this match where for them to the crowd's trying to get behind Brett and hype him up, so they begin chanting
USA
USA,
in front of the
USA.
Canadian.
Yeah, in the match involving 4 Canadians.
Yeah. Wait, I think everyone's Canadian besides
No, Jim Neidhart isn't like
technically Canadian.
born Canadian. I don't believe. No,
Okay.
oh no, yeah, he's from California.
Oh, fake.
Yeah,
Strip strip every accomplishment from him. I sound like every WWF producer when he wouldn't show up. Uh, that was bad. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, I literally wrote though during this next segment, Brett is taking crazy hits during the whole first half of this. The Rougeau's double team moves are insane. Uh, I think it's Jock actually gets Brett into a Boston Crab, and you have that where Brett is trying to literally crawl while he is in the Boston Crab to his
Hmm.
corner. Um, I forgot. Does he? Um, yeah, he makes a tag, but the referee doesn't see it, so they
Yeah,
make
they do
Brett
this
stay
really
in.
well.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
the ref didn't see the tag spot because like he's about to get to his partner while he's in the crab, and then when like the one I think it's Raymond, when he sees that he's about to get to his corner, he like waves in his partner to come in and distract the ref so he can get the jump on whoever's about to fucking come in.
And then you literally have
Pretty good stuff.
they pull him to the corner, and then you have Jimmy Hart telling Brett to give up on the mic. It was
Yeah, he was great with the megaphone.
he was, yeah, sneaky MVP. Oh, here it is. Frenchie Martin hit one of the Rougeos in the ass with a flag. Uh,
Bre- to get this hot tag like on the way to it, Brett hits probably the most like dramatic atomic drop I've ever seen in my life.
he
Like
hits
he lifts the dude up and he hits like he puts so much emphasis on the slam on his to his knee, and the dude takes it and just bounces so high off of his knee.
it's a wait. You said it's atomic drop. Is that what it's called?
I believe that's what it was.
How do you brace for that?
Inverted atomic drop. So he was like looking at him. They were
Uh,
face to face when he did it.
what would you call the opposite?
Atomic drop.
Atomic drop. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
atomic drop is when you're facing their like your chest is to their back and
Yeah,
you
and they
lift
go
them and drop
forwards,
their ass
right?
onto your knee. Yeah,
How do you
but
brace for that?
inverted, I mean, just sit on their leg, I guess, when they come down.
Mm. But yeah, so Duggan gets the hot tag. I literally wrote loudest sound or loudest pop of the night was when Hacksaw gets the tag. Um,
Yeah, the WWF crowd must have heard me putting over how great the WCW crowd was because they were pretty good.
mhm. Yeah.
Of course,
Uh,
it's only 4 matches and there's a lot of fucking people to respond to, but this crowd was still there the whole time. I think.
Also, he hits a double noggin headbutt noggin. It happens
Yeah, meeting
three
of the
more
mind. Yep.
times during this Royal Rumble, but not, and I'll also bring it up then. But
It's a very 80s spot, just like the 10 punches and the
yeah, and also whenever Hacksaw is going for the pin, uh, no, ref is starting to count when Jim was pinning a Rougeau, and he wasn't even the legal man.
yeah. So Duggan just like runs in and gets it.
Yeah, and then so the Hearts and uh Hacksaw get the second pin via an elbow drop and an almost count from Jim Neidhart, but he actually wasn't in there. So yeah, now it's tied 1-1. And then Hacksaw is basically in this third, going to the third half. He is basically in control for about 3 minutes, and then we get the same type of Brett esque. Hacksaw is gonna get the shit beat out of him for the next three. uh,
There's a part before, like after the break. First of all, the break kind of takes me out of it a bit, but I understand why it's there.
mhm.
There's this funny part where toward at the I think it's like at the beginning of the third fall where the ref starts to like get on Hacksaw or something, and he just looks at him, and you can very audibly hear him go, "Get off my ass!"
Oh my god.
And guess what, man? He puts him in the corner, and he stands up on the second rope, and the crowd starts counting when he starts punching him. Crazy, crazy.
Yeah, it's they. I want to be. I want to say this too before I forget it later. The crowd does great during the Rumble.
Yeah, yeah. That was what I was like talking about with this crowd, man. They must have
Mhm.
heard me really praising Starcade's crowd. Everything that was supposed to get a big reaction, this crowd lost their shit for. There's a
Mhm.
fucking wonderful moment in the Rumble that the crowd loses it over.
Dude, there were some moments in there I cannot wait to get to them. Uh, but yeah, basically. Oh, also at this point, I was just loving Jesse Ventura, listening, being able to listen to him again. He was literally
Oh
calling
man,
Hacksaw like peanut brain for like 2 minutes during this segment. Uh,
there's a segment that they made perfect. There was a segment that was already wonderful. They made it perfect. I
mhm.
can't wait to get to that.
Oh, also, I wrote about 30 inverted atomic drops this match, because I'm pretty sure they had probably about 3 or 4 during this next pin. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, Brett does a lot of them anyway.
mhm.
Then the Rougeaus also just do a lot of them.
Yes, because that's how Hacksaw gets the tag on Brett because they do an inverted atomic drop on him.
It looks like in the 80s, maybe only 6 to 7 wrestling moves actually exist right now.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of got the same moves. It's just what order do they do them in, and which move do they pick to be the one that they win with.
What's Finn
But that,
Balor's move?
the
The
double
coup
stomp, the coup de grace.
Yeah, imagine someone doing that shit right now. It would be like whenever they saw the first ever alley oop in basketball. They think it's witchcraft.
I would feel like the only person that could do that on the WWF roster without murdering you would probably be like Sam Houston.
Sam Houston, the guy who should have won the Royal Rumble.
He wasn't even in this one, was he?
I know. Yeah, apparently, so I was looking up the match card before we got on. Apparently, he was in a dark match where
I
he
was about to say,
won.
I think he was in a dark match. Yeah,
Yeah.
he beat Steve Lombardi,
Who
who will be later known as the Brooklyn Brawler,
Brooklyn Brawl in WCW or WWF?
WWF.
Hmm.
Dude, he's with MLW right now. That's cool.
Never heard of him.
He was with the WWF from 1983 to 2016. He's been there this whole time.
Wow. But yeah, so basically how this match ends is the ref is distracted, so Hacksaw hits Dino Bravo in the back with his 2x4. Um, and then he falls on the mat, and Brett covers him for the pinfall. Also, literally, the timing of the ref just counting to three plus the Rougeaus trying to break it up was so well
Yeah,
done. They literally got that
yeah.
right at three.
It really looks like the ref just wanted the baby faces to win.
Hmm.
They're like, we got him. And I was like, no, 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 three, three, three. I'm done. I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I fucking hate you guys. I'm out.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned earlier, like I didn't like it at all either. You, I mean, I think you can agree, like this was a great opening. You had a bunch of people that you like versus
Yeah.
heels that you don't care to see win or lose. And yeah, I mean, it was just great, honestly.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the beginning match. There was a lot of really good wrestling there. Even with the stipulation, because I really, as I mentioned, 2 out of 3 falls, it gets kind of boring. Because just by design, it just can't help it because more than likely with the exception of a few rare cases, you're gonna go to the third fall.
Yep.
So at the very least, for the first fall, you can kind of like tune out and not really pay attention. But I never really felt that my attention was slipping. I kind of stayed in invested in watching it the entire time.
No, I
Like,
agree
it never
because
felt like they were dragging. I really enjoyed it.
even if I mean, even if you weren't going for the Rougeaus and them, the Rougeaus still fucking kicked ass and they were awesome.
Yeah, this is definitely a better 6 man than like what was the one we had where it was the Hearts and Danny Davis against like Tito and
Yeah.
some other guy, like some other tag team, some babyface tag. It was the Bulldogs,
Yeah,
I think.
it was
He
the
was definitely
Bulldogs,
a
yeah.
better than that 6 man, and like, I don't think we've had a lot of 6 man tag matches. But this one was 2 out of 3 falls, and you look at that and you immediately think to yourself, "Shit, okay." But it was only like 15 minutes,
I was
so
waiting
three
for
WWF matches happened in the course of like the opening of Stargate.
Russian number 1 and Russian number 2 to show up, but yeah, I guess they're not in this.
The Russian ass Asian.
Yeah, Russian ass Asians. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
still can't believe that was a sign, an actual sign that WWE did not blur out that you found.
and and WCW just put on their fucking pay per view.
You think they did it on purpose? Like, look at this moron.
I, I don't know. They had to be, right? Like, there's no way they looked at it like, oh my god, that's a good sign. Look at it. They probably went, oh my god, put this idiot on screen who just
Yeah,
misspelled that sign.
they're Russian ass Asians. We need them. But yeah, so after it, we basically get like pre-recorded videos of people picking out their number. We have Ted who goes first.
I love this.
Yeah, he picks his number, doesn't look happy, and
Why?
what?
Why? Because like I know what number he ends up buying, but like we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. His like, but the evidence we're given leads me to believe that his number wasn't bad. It just wasn't 30.
Yeah, but he just wanted 30,
Yeah, he just
right?
wanted 30,
Yeah.
and thank God that Slick happened to fucking be by
Wait, who was Slick with? I totally forgot.
the Twin Towers.
Oh yeah, he had two high teen numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Bossman and Akeem come in at 22 and 23. So that
Okay.
meant that Ted DiBiase had to either draw 22 or 23, and one of the Twin Towers had 30, and he bought it from Slick. But anyone else, man, when they get like a 22, 23, they're like, all right, yeah.
I
But
would buy
instead,
for that. Yeah.
instead, Ted DiBiase uses his fucking soothing ASMR voice to just go, "Hey, Slick, what's are you happy with your guys' numbers?" Like his voice is, it's so deep and soothing. you you like your numbers? You were happy with them?
And then after Ted, we have the Honky Tonk Man who goes, "Dude, what have they done to our guy?"
Oh man, I love him though. I still love him.
Me
He's not
too.
the Intercontinental Champion anymore, so he can't have like all the spotlight he had. But god damn it, we got to get something going back with the Honky Tonk Man. We did not get enough of the Honky Tonk Man.
Do you know if he leaves or not?
I mean, eventually, but I mean, he'll be around a minute, I think.
No, remember he like retires in 91. So,
Oh well, I don't know because I feel like he was one of the people that randomly popped up in WCW. When Hogan went there.
okay. Oh, also, I don't know if you watched SummerSlam over the weekend. We're filming this after SummerSlam
I did.
weekend.
I did.
And dude, they literally mentioned Jesse Ventura, Harley Race, trying to think of the Honky Tonk Man, um, because they talked about how Gunther beat um his record, and then they talked about Jesse. Apparently, Jesse's like a special guest referee at two SummerSlams or something. He was the one last year.
Yeah, and he'll be in '99.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that. Because dude, Seth Rollins and the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk story is the greatest thing on earth right now. But too bad Seth Rollins like died today because of Bronson Reed. So
Oh,
um,
I didn't watch Raw today.
yeah,
I watched Royal Rumble or not Royal Rumble. I did watch Royal
SummerSlam.
Rumble yesterday, but no, I watched it Saturday. But I did. Yeah, so I watched SummerSlam, and then I watched the Royal Rumble.
Did you? Wait, you didn't watch SummerSlam live? You just watched a
No,
rerun?
I did. I did.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. But yeah, so after we have the Honky Tonk Man, we have the the Bushwhackers. It's our first time with them.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Bushwhackers yet. That's one of the weird things that just always happens is every time we have a few months of a jump, we see random new tag teams and at least one or two people who are changed from heel to baby or baby to heel, and one or two managers have changed alignments.
Hmm. Who are the Bushwhackers? Do you have any idea?
Some Australian tag team that like to march that way and lick people. That's all I got.
Okay, yeah. Uh, yeah, they first competed as the New Zealand Kiwis. the Sheep Herders during their 36-year career as tag teams. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they were around for a while.
Oh, there was like members after the original members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Me-
pretty sure
Members
WWF
include
has
Butch Miller, Jonathan Boyd, Luke Williams, and Rip Morgan. If you know any of them. But yeah, the original two people were inducted to the Hall of Fame. The ones that we just saw.
okay. Yeah, so they debuted in December. So now they're very new.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basically they just you can't really tell what they're saying. They're just like groaning and saying whatever. Then we have our GOAT, future champion in my eyes, Bad News Brown. He does a quote right here. He says, "It's good news for bad news."
Uh-huh. Did you
uh,
notice how loud these little like tumbler balls were?
Extremely, yeah.
You can literally just hear the of any time they shuffle those things in their hand.
And then we got Jake the Snake, uh, and he hopes that Andre is still in the ring whenever he gets in there.
Yeah, which was really weird considering the number he drew.
Yeah, because he got like what, 4 or 5,
He Jake Roberts was number 7.
7? Oh, dude,
It was like,
I gotta look at my
hopefully
list.
Andre's still there when I get there. You mean hopefully I'm like because I mean I know Andre comes out before him,
Hmm.
but to draw number 7 and just assume that Andre drew 1 to 6, and you're like, I hope he's still out there when I get there. When it would make much more sense to be like, well, I hope I make it long enough to see Andre.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. And then we had the Rockers, where we actually got to hear Shawn Michaels talk a little bit. He
A
wished his
little bit.
partner, yeah, he wished his partner luck. But yeah, after the match, we get what we are all here for.
Yeah. I guess
uh,
6.5 minutes of it.
yeah, we get the WWF Women's Championship match between Rockin' Robin versus Judy Martin. I almost said Rockin' Martin versus Judy Robin. I don't know why, but uh, yeah. So basically, Rockin' Robin, she was the face, and Martin was the heel. Rockin'
Yeah.
Robin was the champion at the time. Uh,
Wait, what's up? Where are we at? I'm
Rock
sorry. I just read a weird fact about the women's belt that I'll tell you after after we talk about this
Rockin'
match.
Robin, I was saying that she was the champion and the face of this match, while Judy Martin was the heel.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay. We also have Sherry, who we never even saw lose the title, but apparently
uh,
she did lose the belt to Robin in a match in France. And that was something that they just consistently did with this women's championship, I guess, because this isn't the first time we've heard of it changing hands on like a house show or some, international show.
that's so
I've
weird.
seen like I feel like we've seen more, not seen like we've heard of more women's championship matches that have changed like the title changed hands off screen than we've ever seen. And we've really only seen the title change hands once, I think, and one time for the tag belts.
When did it change? It changed WrestleMania 1?
Yeah, because Wendy Richter won it from Leilani Kai.
Oh, and then remember that second one that
Was just
all
Moolah
Moolah won.
jobbing out Velvet McIntyre, who I miss. She was really cool.
I'm gonna look up something real quick. When do you know when the Jumpin' Bomb Angels lost their title match?
I'm pretty sure it's later
This
in
year?
it was either like it was either months after they won them last time or like at some point in this year. But while you're looking this up, since you're about to run into to this fact probably, this is literally the last time that the championship will be on a pay-per-view for like 5 years.
What?
Yeah, and then the title is going to be deactivated in February of '90. So yeah, after this, we're not gonna get a women's champion until Alundra Blaze in '93.
That's insane. And also the Bomb Angels, they got the
You probably already
titles,
lost them, right?
yeah, mid 90 or mid 88, so they only had them for like a year.
So right now, Judy Martin is still women's tag team champion.
Yes, with Leilani Kai,
Okay.
the Glamour Girls.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, what did you think about this match? I have a lot. You said what it was
It
like 6 minutes long.
it wasn't it was 6 minutes 24 seconds. It wasn't as good as the other women's matches that I think I mean that we've seen. It was better than Velvet McIntyre and Fabulous Moolah, but that because that match was like 2 minutes long. But that being said, I didn't think this was a bad match. Like Robin has some like really solid looking drop kicks. There's one part where like they go for like an O'Connor roll, and instead of like the roll, she just like flies off the back of Martin, but like lands on her feet. It was really weird, like crazy looking shit. It looked so simple, but they made it look like it was just this crazy feat. Uh, I love that Ventura the entire time. Now that there's somebody here who's a heel, he's just extra mean to Gorilla,
Yeah,
and he's doing it to like suck up to Sherry. It's really fun. Um, there's a part where they I guess they forget what they're about to do, or they have a little awkward spot where they're they get off course for a second, and then they kind of do this weird little tussle hug, but it ends up in a DDT, and Sherry just goes, "What the heck is this?" And Monsoon just goes, "A mistake is what that is." Like, all right, cool, just fucking tell everyone they fucked up.
that
Sherry's just awesome in this because the whole time she's just like, "Come on, win, somebody win." I want to fuck the winner up.
uh, uh, you are not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Uh,
First of all, Rockin' Robin comes out to Sam Houston's music. Um,
well, do we know that she's coming out to Sam Houston's music, or is it just the same
that
music dubbed in for
well,
Peacock?
that's what they said. That's what Gorilla
Oh,
said.
never mind. Okay, never mind
Yeah, Gorilla said, I don't know why, but they're playing Sam Houston's music.
then.
Also, as right when she gets in the ring, Sensational Sherry gets on the mic in the ring and goes, "I don't give a shit who who wins because I'm gonna be champion after I beat whoever wins." And then she walks out, and then they start the match, and it's just like, okay. Uh, she joins the commentary, bro, and you can't tell me she was great. She was so annoying,
I
and
loved it.
she just kept
But
saying like, I don't care who wins, just in the match already. I'm gonna be champion. Then Gorilla asks, who are you better than, or who do you hope wins? And she's like, I
look,
don't care who wins. I'm gonna win either way.
I see why you hated it, but I'm a troll,
Yeah, I guess.
and I loved it.
I literally
I
wrote.
just I
Also,
just
if you
like that
didn't
the
know,
banter it caused.
yeah, yeah, especially yeah between the three, and just like you mentioned, yeah, Jesse's hitting on her, so he wants to impress her. So,
I
uh,
don't even think it's necessarily that he's like hitting on her. I mean, look, he's a simp for sure because a woman's at the table. But I think it's just like he's just a fan of all the heels, and he just thinks that she's great. He just thinks that if it was another heel that was at the table, he'd be sucking up to them the same way. I think. But yeah, I mean, like major simp energy from him. Remember, like how he was with uh, what is Wheel of Fortune girl's name? Vanna
Vanna
White,
White, yeah, yeah, it was between him and what the
Bob Euchre,
Bob Euchre, yeah,
the
who,
baseball
who
guy.
was
Yeah.
gonna get her, yeah. No, the commentary definitely saved what happened inside the ring. I can give you that. Judy Martin, no, I mean my bad. Rockin' Robin does a Boston Crab on Judy Martin, probably the best moment of the match. I wrote Judy Martin knows three moves: kick, punch, grab hair. Um, Also, if you didn't know, Sensational Sherry isn't scared of anyone in the ring.
No,
Uh,
she's not, man. She's probably gonna
Rockin',
win whoever wins.
yeah, Rockin' Robin does this awful small package where you're on the ground and you're trying to reach up for their head. She completely misses her head, so Judy Martin just goes with it anyway. Uh, Rockin' Robin does a cool, how she ends the match. She does a
Yeah,
cool
I
little
love it.
fake
I love
out
that
on the
spot.
top
Yeah.
rope, and then hits a turnaround crossbody and wins and retains the title. Um, but yeah, Rockin' Robin wins. The match was very fast, 6 minutes, but it was fast but with slow moves the whole time.
Yeah, it was pretty slow pace. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't think it was like terrible. It wasn't like a great match by any means, but because we've seen better women's matches,
yeah.
and not only have we seen like better women's matches, but like this doesn't even come close to some of
Mm.
the other women's matches we've seen. It didn't come close to Leilani Kai and Whitney Richter. It didn't come close to Bomb Angels and Glamour Girls, or even the Survivor Series tag match. But I didn't think it was, I didn't think it was bad. I still wish we could see more of the women. I wish we could see Rock and Robin more. And, although I'm pretty sure she leaves in some point in '89. I'm pretty sure.
You know what saves this
Yeah,
match?
she leaves in June this year.
What saves this match is that so basically the whole time it's too quick of whenever the other person gets to be on offense and who's on defense. I want to say maybe if let's say Judy Martin was just kicking her ass the whole time, and then you let Rocket Robin hits that move at the end, then okay, cool. But literally both were in. I felt like both were in control of the match. No one really had the upper hand for about 80% of it. The other 20%, okay, one of them has the other person on the ground because they grabbed their hair and pulled in there. But that's my opinion on it. If they would have just let Judy Martin just beat the shit out of her for 4 minutes and then let Rock and Robin make her come back, it would have saved it.
So you prefer the traditional like good guys in peril and won't stop fighting over back and forth?
Yeah, because I mean I couldn't tell who was
Okay.
the good guy, who was the bad guy in this. I
Well,
just
I
I just have to
believe Rock
assume.
and Robin was the babyface.
Yeah. But I just have to assume that though.
No, I feel you. I get what you're saying. I respect it.
Um,
That's that's a more common complaint than you think for especially like a lot of like you hear it a lot when you get into wrestling and like start having matches. You'll one of the constant critiques you'll hear from people is I couldn't tell who the baby face or the heel was. And here they are in WWF in 1989, and you can't tell who is the heel and who's the baby face between Rock and Robin
yeah,
and
especially
Judy
with
Martin.
I just know there's
Sherry
a
Sherry's shitting on both of them.
yeah, I just know there's a shithead Sherry who is gonna win the title because that's what she said.
Does she?
I don't know. But okay. Also, did you notice how after every match now we get a graphic of WrestleMania 5 with a blue background and it just shows it, and then it
Yeah,
cuts
they're
back to the arena?
I think they're trying to go ahead and run with this WrestleMania idea they've got.
Killing it so far. But after the match, we get a promo. It's the Twin Towers, Big Boss Man, and Akeem, with Slick, who is being interviewed by Sean Mooney. Basically, Sean's just asking Slick, like, "Hey, what was going on with Ted back there?" And doesn't he say something like, "He's like, I didn't see Ted. What are you
I
talking about?"
haven't seen Ted all day, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then he's like, well, look at this clip that we got earlier. And then he goes, oh, that's, nothing. It wasn't really anything. He was just,
Yeah, yeah.
but look at these two guys back here. They're so good. Blah blah blah. um, this dude, this next
The
event.
whole time Akeem is like dancing and shit too.
Oh, it is so awkward. And Big Boss Man's like waving his baton.
Yeah, he's trying to look cool while Akeem is not.
Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I didn't bring that up. I literally wrote doing a weird dance with his hand, and Big Boss Man is just twirling his nightstick around.
I
Um,
like that they go, "Hey man, explain this," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then they cut the footage we saw 10 minutes ago. Like we literally saw the entirety of Ted DiBiase drawing his number twice,
yeah,
so we could catch Slick in his lie, even though we had already caught it.
but yeah, like we already knew. Like, yeah, what are they trying to hide from us? Did
Also, for him to play it in front of the green screen they were at, like, right?
mhm.
Where was where was this playing for them to watch? What TV were they
Oh,
looking at?
you're right. It must have been on like one of those 7-inch monitors that they had back then. And
I can't see what's on that fucking monitor.
they should have. That'd have been so smart. Damn it. Uh,
But then, oh my god, here we go. I love when wrestling stops wrestling for a minute
is
because
this?
they provide us with what are the most wrestling moments ever. I could be skipping something, but god damn, I'm ready for this next segment.
No, you're good. Is this the best superposed down that you've ever seen in your life?
I don't know what it is about the Royal Rumbles, but for two Royal Rumbles in a row now, they have gone. What if we take a guy that is jacked and make him do shit that strong, muscly men like to do? Because last year they put Dino Bravo on a bench and had him bench press, and it was entertaining as fuck because of Jesse Ventura. This year, Rick Rude shows me that he has so much personality, and he is such a good shithead heel character, just such a sleazeball. And the banter that happens between Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon in this pose down is probably the greatest conversation I've ever had the privilege of overhearing.
Oh, between Gorilla and Jesse?
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
this
okay.
pose down I fucking loved, but
Hmm.
it was already good.
Hmm.
But Bobby Heenan, not Bobby Heenan, Bobby Heenan was also really good in this segment. But
Uh,
Gorilla and Jesse made this shit great. Like this was one of my favorite segments I think I've ever seen now. Like I loved this.
I'll so what we'll do is I'll go through it and then you'll chime in with your parts as
Yes,
well. I wrote a lot of notes, but
please
you just
do.
chime in. Okay. So basically the rules. There's gonna be 4 rounds, different poses, since Rick Rude has challenged the Ultimate Warrior. Rick Rude will pick which pose happens every
Hmm.
round. And then after both participants have gone, the audience will vote on who did the best pose by screaming, basically.
So the heel at this point is relying on being so good at posing and just being such in such better shape than Ultimate Warrior that he thinks the fans are going to pick him over the babyface. I love shit like this for like because it just gives him a reason to be like, you have to be fair, you have to be fair, and I love it.
You know who I could see doing this right now? Logan Paul and LA Knight. They should have done this instead of their match on Saturday.
He
Winner
probably
gets
would
the
have
U.S. belt.
yeah, that would have been awesome. It would have saved Logan Paul from that disgusting top rope brainbuster he took.
Dude, yeah, and his he jumps from the top rope, his back he did like a backflip to the outside. Looks like he broke his ankle, but he was fine. Crazy. Oh, he also came out with a crazy good like post match video package where he was like all sad, calling himself the greatest you. Dude, it was so good. He was like reacting to it. It was awesome. Um,
I'll have to I'll have to make a better habit of watching Raw when it gets on Netflix.
dude. Also, the next it's gonna be Randy Orton versus Gunther at
Yeah.
Bash in Berlin, dude. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, first we get Rick Rude, who is introduced with Bobby Heenan, and he's calling out the Ultimate Warrior. And at this point, it's like, okay, you're not as muscular. I mean, you might have definition, but Ultimate Warrior is the epitome of look at the veins and muscles that I have on. Like
Yeah.
Rick Rude's just a good-looking dude with some muscles.
Well, Rick Rude is a recipient of the Jesse the Body Award.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know when the next voting ceremony is, but hopefully we get some say in it.
it's just gonna permanently be Rick Rude. Don't worry.
Yeah, every literally everything that we have Rick Rude in, that's the one thing we hear every time. Um, but yeah, so the
I love the pose names eventually that we get to for Rick Rude. But keep going.
yeah, so the Ultimate Warrior comes out, our current IC champion.
Yeah,
Uh,
Intercontinental Champion, by the way.
yeah. Also, what sucks is we don't get
Not in the Rumble.
either one of these guys in the Rumble.
Well, you probably didn't want. Clearly, you didn't want Hulk Hogan getting getting eliminated clean. He probably didn't want to have a Warrior technically not winning a match at this point.
Yeah, but I want to see Rick Rude potentially win.
I would have liked to see Rick Rude in the Rumble at least, but
Yeah. Okay, so the first pose that Rick Rude wants to do is the double bicep pose.
yeah, it's standard so far. It's
And what's weird is before they start, Rick Rude is wearing this robe, okay? His robe he
yep.
wears.
Oh
So
yeah.
so Heenan starts undressing of himself. Instead of Rick Rude taking off his robe, it's Heenan doing it. And on the front of Rick he always has some gimmick with his pants. On the front it's Rick,
yeah.
but when Rick turns around, the Ultimate Warrior's face is on his ass. So we have both men. They do their double bicep pose, and it's not even close, Cameron.
Yeah,
Uh,
Warrior's arms are fucking massive.
Massive. Yeah, it's like let's do something
Warrior
else
is
inside a bicep.
scary jacked.
It is,
Like
yeah,
last show we had Lex Luger, but I don't think he was quite as built as the Ultimate Warrior.
not at all. It's not even close.
If
Yeah,
he was, it's because he was taller.
I didn't want to say it, but we're all thinking the same thing, right?
What?
Injections.
I mean, look, bro, it's the late '80s. Of course, there's something. There's gonna be steroid use somewhere. I'm not gonna be the one that points out where it is and all that shit and make assumptions, but it's definitely happening because it was a big fucking thing back then.
Any sport too
And
back
there's a
then.
and there's a
Baseball.
lot of stuff that happens related to steroids that make them change their wellness policy. Like we ended up having a lot of you know untimely deaths and shit like that, and or people having like severe health problems and stuff because of it.
That's insane.
So I mean, but yeah, I mean we're probably around the time period where this started to get to be a big issue. Because I mean, look at the size of everyone on this roster
Compared
compared
to now.
to WCW. Well, I mean now
Yeah.
too, but like look right now at WCW. Like Flair's a big fucking star, but he's not jacked beyond belief. You know,
Yeah.
all the big stars in WCW look like people you could fucking meet at work or like hang out with. Whereas everyone, even the small people in WWE, are fucking massive.
Mhm. Yep. No, I agree. But yeah, so clearly Ultimate Warrior wins the first one, even by screens. The second pose though, Cameron, best abs. Best abs.
Okay, this is one of the parts where Ventura kills me because of course Rude shows off his abs and he does his little gyrating hip thing. But when Warrior shows off his abs, Ventura goes, too smooth. Too smooth.
I did think that Rick had better abs,
He did. But I
but
just
only in
love
the
that.
sense of that Heenan literally oiled him up so he gets more definition on his abs. I don't know if you saw that part, but he was literally squirting
Yeah,
the
yeah.
oil and rubbing it in on his stomach.
Yeah, and
Um,
Warrior didn't have a guy to do that for him.
Also, when it's not Rick's turn, did you see him in the corner with his little workout machine he was using?
Yeah, he's got the little bar that he keeps scrunching up.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, squashed. Ultimate Warrior wins again. Uh, so
Nah, man, there was too they were they were too smooth. Those abs were too smooth.
I think Jesse also brings up here. It's like you got to give him a chance. Like
Yeah, he goes,
you might
you
hate the
gotta do it
guy.
fair.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might hate him.
you gotta be fair and unbiased. You gotta go by body. You can't go by who you like.
But the third
Knowing that
pose,
they're gonna do that the whole time, it's great.
yeah,
What's the name of the third pose?
most muscular.
And then when Ultimate Warrior goes to do it, Ventura like his hair's too long. You can't see his traps.
hmm
I think this is rude all the way.
So they both go through their most muscular pose. The fourth pose, though, fourth pose is great, man. Uh, Rick Rude goes, fourth pose is a montage of your best poses pose.
Dude,
Man.
the fact that Gorilla and Monsoon, or sorry, Gorilla and Jesse are putting in as much enthusiasm, if not more, calling this match than or calling this segment than they do a typical match, that says so much, and that really set this segment so much like higher than a lot of stuff we've watched. Like, I was entertained by this thoroughly, and it's because of the effort they're putting into this. Like they're treating this pose down like it is somewhat of a big deal. Like there are actual stakes attached to if Ultimate Warrior can outpop Rick Rude after posing. I love this.
Yeah, no, it's great. Even so, basically, what happens is Rick gets done with his montage of best poses pose, and then it's the Ultimate Warrior's turn. So then we have he's going around doing all of his poses, and then he gets around to the front, and Heaton squirts him in the eyes with the oil, and Rick starts beating him up a little bit, but then, dude, something gets into Ultimate Warrior. He gets wild, rabid, and he's
Oh yeah.
literally trying to fight everyone.
Well,
He's
he's just beaten
fighting,
with a workout bar.
yeah, literally he's fighting off refs. He's fighting off
The
ring
people helping
personnel.
him.
Yep. And
What a hero.
then, yeah. And then finally, when he gets it out of his eyes, he's running down the ramp and he's chasing after Rick. So what do you think? Do you think that was much deserved?
I fucking love this. I don't know, man. Okay, so I do love that once Rick Rude beat Ultimate Warrior with his bar, Jesse's justification was he realized that these imbeciles in Houston don't know nothing about posing. When wrestling has non wrestling segments that are great, they are so great.
Mm.
I don't want to watch Rick Rude and Ultimate Warrior have a match. This is what I wanted to watch them do.
Imagine that was for the IC title.
The pose down.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw it. Jesse saw it. We'd have a new Intercontinental Champion now, man.
I agree. But after the match, we actually get promos now from just the managers. So we
Hmm.
have some promos here. It is just for the managers of some of the participants in the Royal Rumble. All these managers had at least two people they were rooting for. We start out with Mr. Fuji. He's talking about the powers of pain. Used to be with Demolition, now he's with them. Hate to see it. Switched up on the boys. And then we have Elizabeth, who is, you know, maybe caught in a weird love triangle. She's rooting
Yep,
for
a
both
little weird.
Macho and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they specifically say that Hogan and Savage share a manager.
Yeah, which is weird
Yeah,
because.
I never looked at it that way. I always looked at it as Hogan was friends with Savage,
Hmm.
whose wife was his manager.
Yep.
And it was never like Elizabeth is also managing Hogan. She managed the Mega Powers because Randy Savage is a Mega Power. But I never considered that she was officially Hulk Hogan's manager. And I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, you remember whenever she used her secret weapon?
Yeah, yeah, we all do.
And then we had Jimmy Hart after he was the last one. He spoke about the Honky Tonk Man, of course, one of the greatest wrestlers of the 80s in all time, actually. And Greg the Hammer Valentine saying both of them are going to win. So, uh, yeah. Speaking about guys who want what's best for both the people in the ring, our next match, it's King Haku with Bobby Heenan versus Harley Race, also with Bobby Heenan. Uh,
Also a king.
also a king. And this match is for the king of WWF, right? Is
Yeah, to
that what
be
they
the
call
true
it?
king. I fucking guess. I guess that's what's happening.
Yeah. Uh, so basically, before the match starts, you have this shot of our king, Jesse Ventura, who is sitting in the
Oh yeah,
throne,
he's sitting in the throne, right?
and he's talking about, these two men were about to be fighting. Both of them are going for the World Wrestling Federation's king. And last year it was Harley Race, but then he got beat by Haku. Tonga, nowhere to be found, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm not
Uh,
sure what happened to him.
Me either. But
Well, we talked about how we think that he took Matilda back to the
Matilda,
island, and now they're living a
retirement.
happier life. Yeah,
That's true. Which is probably what
maybe
happened.
Tama will come back and do something for the Bloodline feud.
Something needs to happen there. I can't wait for Friday. Roman Reigns, love him being back. Uh, yeah. Did you see how Haku was carried to the ring, Cameron?
Yeah, there were four dudes in like trunks carrying him on a platform
On a
as he
throne, yeah.
stands on it and like waves and sits on the throne and stuff like that.
Which, Jesus Christ, congratulations to those four people who drew the short straw.
Wait till you see the '95 King of the Ring winner get carried out, buddy.
Is it bad?
It's, you remember Big Daddy V?
Dude, no
All
way.
right, imagine him when he was bigger. Yeah.
They had at least what, 10 dudes, right?
Well, I believe two of them were the Hardy Boys.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, when we get to, I can't wait to get to '90s, man. '90s are gonna be
Me
so good.
too. Cannot wait for the 90s.
For what it's worth, I'm loving the '80s though.
Yeah. And as Haku is going towards the ring, Harley Race is just like, fuck this. I'm fed up with this bullshit.
Yeah, I don't
And
have a platform with four fuckers to carry me, so I'm gonna beat him.
so as Haku is towards the side of the ring, Harley's already going towards him, and he literally dumps him from the top of the platform onto the ground. That's a crazy ass fall for something so little. Like he could easily fall and break a leg or anything
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was fucking terrifying.
Like as a guy
Yeah.
who broke his leg, like I was wincing in pain for Haku. Um, what I noticed off the bat, they're both wearing purple, which is the color of royalty. Thought that
Oh
shit
yeah,
was hilarious.
very good touch there. Yeah,
hmm
very good attention to detail.
Um, and yeah, so what'd you think about this match?
I honestly didn't have a lot that I wrote down about this match. It was just kind of like your typical old school style stuff from Harley Race, which looks great. I love that he still does that thing where he's like, when he gets hit and he's against the ropes, he'll fall backwards and hang upside down for a little bit.
hmm
Harley Race is still just as good as Harley Race has ever been.
Speak about old
Um,
school. Harley Race, 45 years old in this match.
yeah. Well, he was in the first Starcade too. Like I'm pretty sure he was like a '70s guy and all that too, because he was like world champion going into the first Starcade.
Yeah, I mean he was IC champion. They spoke about it. Um,
He was also the first to be like NWA United States champion, I think.
oh wow,
Yeah,
Harley
he's been a
Race.
while. Like, he's got that legendary status, bro. That's Harley
hmm
Race there.
Harley Race does a very loud reverse knife edge chop on Haku. Very very loud. I don't know if you noticed that. Um,
When just a little fun fact about Harley, I might have mentioned this though, but like whenever Flair would be sent to Japan and stuff to do like world title defenses, he was there was like this low key suspicion slash paranoia that some of the Japanese dudes were gonna try to be the guy to like shoot hurt Ric Flair or something like that in the match. So they'd send Harley Race with them because nobody was gonna fuck with anyone that was there with Harley Race.
what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was just kind of a thing back then. Is like the big dudes in town. I wonder if I could be the one to fucking shoot on him and take him down, or fuck him up or something like that. And then because now I'm not saying everyone did that kind of shit, but you have your assholes that would try to do some shit like that. But if
Mhm.
Harley Race was there to fuck you up for doing it, you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, yeah, you might as well not do it. Um, but yeah,
Re-
so oh sorry.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I,
the
I
funniest
don't
part
really
of
have
this
anything.
match is literally Bobby Heenan, whoever's in charge. He's like, Come on, Harley. You know I'm going for you. Let's go,
Yeah, dude.
Harley. Come on, come on. And then Haku takes over and he's like, Haku, come on. You know you have the advantage. You know I've
Yeah,
always said that
I've been on your
about
side
you.
the whole time, man. Come on, let's go. Let's get him.
Exactly. Uh, but yeah, and also like Haku goes for a top rope dive on Harley, miss,
Oh,
and
yeah, of
then
course.
Harley Race is like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the same thing. Goes up, miss.
Cam's watching, man. We got to get it in for him. We got to do it.
Yeah. Uh,
Cam's gonna watch the show in like fucking 40 years.
yeah. How long was this match?
901.
901.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. Uh, but this match was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was solid. I mean,
Yeah,
it was fine. It was the to you know, to bring the pace down a little bit and get you ready for the Rumble. Get you excited for the Rumble.
yeah. So
It wasn't a 2 out of 3 tag match, you know, so
yeah,
could have been
it
worse.
was a 1 out of 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, how
there you
the
go.
match ends is Harley Race uh throws Haku into the ropes, and then Haku ducks a clothesline, and then hit a super kick on him, and it was just over. 1, 2, 3,
What a
and
kick he hits him with too, man.
yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was
He
great.
kicks that dude straight in the fucking face. That little Samoan sidekick is awesome.
Yeah, I love when the Usos do it. It's amazing.
Rikishi has a really good one when he comes in.
What's his finisher? The stink something?
Well, his main gimmick thing was the stink face, but his finisher was either like the rump shaker, which is like the bonsai drop, or the Rikishi driver, which is like the weird little power or pile driver where he has them like draped over his shoulder and he just sits down on his ass.
Okay. Okay.
It's not as entertaining as the stink face, so we'll just say the stink face is.
So yeah, after the match, we had multiple uh
Yeah,
promos.
little quick ones until
Yeah, until the man himself.
yeah, like
Uh
my synopsis of this segment is I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. Brother, we're here for the Royal Rumble. And you know something, dude? When I get in that ring with 29 other superstars, you know the Hulkster's gonna be bringing the Hulkamania to the Rumble, dude. And Hogan gets like 5 fucking minutes, whereas everybody else got seconds.
yeah. Dude, I just even our WWF champion who was 2 interviews before him got less time than Hulk Hogan.
He is only champion because they have not figured out how to get that fucking belt back to Hulk Hogan yet. That is it. This entire fucking we have not seen one Randy Savage singles title defense
Nope.
since he won it.
We've only had tag teams in Survivor Series.
Yeah. And now we're in the Royal Rumble. Maybe main event will have a title match or something. I don't know. But we've not seen Randy Savage get to be the guy yet because his entire run, as I was afraid, has just been based around the fact that
Hogan
he's Hulk
centered.
Hogan's friend.
Hogan centered. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
And and you know where we're going for Mania by this point.
yeah, and I can't wait, especially their thing in the ring. So, but yeah, so the Royal Rumble. I mean, the reason why we're all here. Okay. First time it's ever broadcasted on pay per view. Uh, we have Howard Finkel. I don't know what's the Fink. He's in the ring. He is explaining the rules. 2 guys start the match. Uh, what's the time limit? Is it still 90 seconds?
I guess I'm not sure. It the article says approximately every 2 minutes. They always say like however long. They'll say it every 60 seconds, every 90 seconds, every 2 minutes. But it's really just whenever the fuck they want to send the next dude out because there's no way like that is consistently
All right.
2 minutes. These here might be a shoot 90 seconds or 2 minutes, but in the future, it's just gonna be like whenever it's time for the next dude to come out. they'll gimmick the fuck out of the times because honestly, who fucking cares?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? In January, we are actually gonna time stopwatches out
All
and
right,
everything.
all right, cool, no problem.
From the minute it hit 0 on the first person.
You're
All
gonna
right.
be highly disappointed with what you're about to find and
Yes.
in this experiment you're gonna do.
It's gonna
But
be 45 seconds, and then the next one's gonna be a minute and a half, and then
yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah,
38 seconds. Yeah.
like
Uh,
oh, they had to stop this so they could do this weird fucking dance break segment.
Here, give me. But yeah, so yeah, the Royal Rumble. We're finally getting to it. Uh, so they really love to talk about how it's every man for themselves. Am I right?
And yeah, and goddamn, do they not go right out of the gate with that this time?
Yeah. So first number, the first person who's pulled, unfortunate. Sorry, Axe from Demolition. You're
Yeah.
first.
Uh huh.
and
Here
then
comes the axe,
and then you're like, okay, who's gonna be second? And then it's Smash.
and here comes the Smasher. Their
His
music isn't a lie.
yeah, his literally his own partner comes out. Same music, back to back. This is where I thought Ted drew his number, but you're right. It was with Slick.
I have a pretty funny note here. Because I'd never watched this Rumble before today before I watched it for this recording.
Yep.
I wrote Demolition are both in the ring. Number 3 is fucked. That was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. That's a quick turnaround for you.
God, dude, you weren't wrong. But I love how they introduced like how they did this. I thought this was structured so well. This Rumble was so good.
But yeah, so you have Axe at 1, Smash at 2, and you think, well, by golly, aren't they just gonna work together until we see what number 3 is?
Nope.
Hell no. Smash comes in there and just starts beating the shit out of Axe like it's no business, bro. They're just going
They
after
probably
each
do this
other.
all the time.
Yes, but yeah,
Now,
training and everything. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because up to this point, we talked about this every time there's been like a battle royal or the last Royal Rumble. Up until now, baby faces have punched heels, heels have punched baby faces.
Uh huh.
That is thrown the fuck out on
Right
this
at the
one.
start. Right at the start.
There are points where like baby faces and heels are teaming up together to take out somebody that really didn't need to be teamed up on. Like Arn Anderson gets help from Randy Savage later to throw out fucking Tito Santana.
Is it? Aren't Demolition? Aren't they baby faces
Arn,
too?
yeah, Arn Anderson and Randy Savage get 2 tandem eliminations together.
And yeah, and Arn is part of
Brainbusters,
the Heenan house.
are they?
Yeah. Do you remember
Okay,
that little segment he had?
I guess not.
It was during the Hogan one. They had one of the
Okay,
Heenan house. Yeah.
I must have
Heenan
I must have
family. Yeah, that's
phased
what they
out
called it.
paying attention to that point.
Yeah, but I wrote great way to start the show. Doesn't matter if you're a tag team, it's every man for themselves. Really want to emphasize this within the Royal Rumble, especially because, yeah, just like you mentioned, that first Royal Rumble, it didn't matter who the hell, heel punches face punches heel, and that's it.
Yeah,
Tag teams work together.
not
Yeah,
now. But I can believe that Axe and Smash would have no problem beating the fuck out of each other.
100%, 100%. Same. I would think about with the Usos as well. Like they're brothers in real life.
Well, now
You,
they would, yeah.
yeah, yeah, especially now, yeah. Uh, but yeah, so time's counting down, Cameron. Three, two, one. Who's entrant number 3?
Well, Andre the Giant is entrant number 3, and I take back what I said. 1 and 2 are fucked.
Yeah.
They actually kind of start kicking his ass for a little bit,
They
but
do
he's
at
Andre and
first.
he's massive, so of course they can't get him out. I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah, literally. Crazy how I, what I can't wait for is when we get later on, especially the John Cena return at Israel Rumble, where you get him because you don't know who's next, and then his music hits.
Hmm.
No music. There's absolutely no music for half these people in this, so it really doesn't matter. It's just like they pan, and on the bottom right of the screen you see a
Yeah, you
little
get like a
box,
little the picture in picture. Yeah.
and they say, "Oh my God, it's Andre the Giant." Uh, yeah, they do a double clothesline to knock Andre on his ass, and basically the whole time it was just demolition working on Andre on the ground. Is Andre tied up in the ropes at this moment? I remember him faintly being tied up in the
I feel
ropes.
like he gets tied up several times,
It's
but
it's
also
after the fifth entrance.
I also feel like every match Andre at some point gets tied up in the ropes. It's like his favorite "I'm in peril" spot.
I think it's a good resting point for him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That looks comfortable as fuck, just hanging back on those soft ass flexible ropes.
So yeah, after the 2 minutes of demolition kicking Andre's ass, we have at number four the one and only Mr. Perfect. Now, do
Yep,
you
and
you know
then
who Mr.
oh good.
Perfect is, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Who is he?
It's
Like
Kurt
who's
Hennig.
Kurt Hennig? Okay.
I need to show you some Mr. Perfect vignettes. I guess they haven't been we haven't seen them because we've only been watching the pay-per-views. But he used to have these little segments where he's doing like incredible athletic feats and stuff. Like he'll be in a football field and he'll throw the pass. He'll throw this like massive fucking pass and then run to the other end of the field and catch it himself. Or he'll
Okay.
toss a ball up and hit it out of the park or something like a baseball up and like hit it out of the park or something like that. Like that was just his gimmick, is he can do everything perfectly. He's the perfect athlete.
I mean that's pretty cool. I think if I wanted to be a wrestler, I think I'd back in my heyday, 18-year-old me would definitely that would be my gimmick, especially growing up. Were you a big like wrestle the pillow type of guy, if you know what I mean?
uh,
Like I was hitting RKO's on my pillows like every day during SmackDown.
well, I had like a lot of not a like I had a few friends that we all like just did shit on the trampoline to have our own show and shit like that.
Yeah, those were the best.
Yeah.
Also, I remember the first time when I was introduced, my stepbrother told me to tap out because
Oh no.
it gets them off of you, and so I did, and I lost the belt. I was so upset. Uh, but after Mr. Perfect comes in, we get our first elimination of the night. We have Smash, who is eliminated
And
by
bye,
Andre the
buddy.
Giant.
Yeah, some tag team, some help from your friend Axe, who spent the first minute of the battle royal beating the fuck out of you.
uh, And yeah, so basically then it's like, oh shit, we threw out the other big guy. Now we have to go back to working out the other big guy and Andre. Like, what the hell are we thinking? Keep or try to help keep Smash in because literally you have Axe, Mr. Perfect, and Smash. You could think of the other two people as okay, they're just gonna protect me the whole time from Andre. Like Andre can go fuck with them and not me, but they didn't help him out at all.
Yeah. I thought it was a good touch that like when Mr. Perfect came in, he didn't just immediately start beating up on the baby faces. He noticed that, oh shit, that's Andre the Giant. I should probably help this me do some damage to Andre the Giant. Like they actually kind of wrestle with some sense. It
Mhm.
makes me feel better seeing it.
Yeah, he didn't Mr. Perfect like do like a headbutt on Andre.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
There's a lot of strikes thrown in this match. There's a lot of random moves and strikes done throughout this hour and 5 minute long Royal Rumble.
yeah, that we're gonna compress down. And then entrant number five comes out. We have first timer, right?
Well, sure. You might recognize this guy, Landon, as
Okay.
Russian ass Asian number two.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I'm joking.
What?
No,
I
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I, I would have died, bro.
No, I told myself after we finished recording Sarcade that the first new guy that pops up that just looks like he could be a Russian ass agent. I'm just gonna tell you he was one of them just to see your reaction. He
The
was not.
the ass Asian was kicked out after 1 month in WCW. But no, the fifth entrance was actually rugged Ronnie Garvin, who you could just tell by looking at him. Favorite to win the Royal Rumble, am I right?
Oh yeah, dude. This is a look at this guy, brick shit house, as they say.
Shit. Uh, but yeah,
He comes in and they're all trying to like triple team Andre, but this is
uh,
where Andre's caught in the ropes.
yes, and yeah, and yeah, that's Andre's saying of like, all right, guys, thank you so much.
I'm tired.
I've been in the ring for 10 minutes now. Come on, give me a break. You guys
Go
need to
hit
leave.
somebody else, please. But
My
instead, all of these dudes wrestle like they're fucking magnetized to each other. Like they're two will be in opposite corners and they will just work their way all back to the same corner and start hitting Andre. But this is like must hit everyone. And it
yeah,
got to a point where it started to look like that 20-man Survivor Series match made it into the Royal Rumble, and now we just don't have to tag because everyone's just hitting everyone for no, like, not for no reason because we all have a goal in mind, but everyone's just hitting everyone with no consequence, like no reason or rationale behind it. If you're next to somebody, heel or babyface, you just fucking punch them in the stomach and walk away, and walk to the next dude and go punch him.
the I was thinking to myself, the funny thing is, it's probably in Andre's contract. It's like, I can't be one of the first couple people eliminated. Also in tag team matches, I can only be tagged in twice. I must be able to take two 5-minute breaks during each match I'm in.
I
And
need to get 3 eliminations at least.
yeah, and hooked on the ropes. I need to be hooked on the ropes at one point during it. So it looks like I'm down, but make sure they're pulling their punches as best as they can. Uh, also, Gorilla points out that Andre is literally undefeated in any battle royal he's ever been in. um,
Yeah, it's a pretty good stat to bring up 5 entrants in.
I know it's kind of like 30 years later they make a battle royal named after him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, almost,
Yeah.
almost.
Oh, also Andre sits on Axe during this segment as well. Uh, for some
Well, it's a lot
reason.
harder to kick his ass now if you're sitting on him.
Yeah, he's using the corner and he's just sitting on him. Uh, but yeah. So entrance number 6 was, I'm pretty sure it's your favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, yeah, Ron Bass. Yeah, no, I'm joking. It's Greg Valentine.
yeah, Greg the Hammer Valentine. Uh, did you know that? Wait, is Greg the Hammer Mr. Perfect's dad?
That'd be great. I wish, but no.
Okay.
Mr. Perfect's dad is a guy named Larry the Axe Hennig, I believe.
Wait, so Axe from Axe and Smash?
No.
Oh,
You would think the axe and the hammer would be friends though.
yeah.
And then yeah, axe and yeah. Sorry, Greg Valentine's dad is Axe from Tim. No, not Greg Valentine. Fuck, Mr. Perfect's dad is Axe from Demolition.
Wait, no, that Henning guy.
Yeah, yeah. Larry the Axe Hennig is his dad, I believe.
What other
Yeah.
wrestler is Henning as his last name?
Well, Michael
John.
McGillicuddy was his
Uh,
son. That was Curtis Axel.
I was thinking
He
it was
was
John Morrison.
no, that's
John
Hennigan.
Hennigan. Fuck.
Yeah, Johnny Impact Dynamite, whatever the fuck company is
WWE,
his last name. Yeah,
AEW,
yeah, Johnny WWE would have been great.
New Japan.
And Johnny New Japan, that'd be a good one.
Yeah. Uh, But
But
yeah,
anyway, Greg Valentine comes in and he goes straight for Andre as well.
because why not?
Well, yeah,
Uh,
because he's a giant. But Andre just chucks the not Russian ass Asian over though.
Ronnie
So
Garvin, yeah,
Ronnie Garvin was in this match for like 2.5 minutes.
that's good for a low guy. Let's go, Ronnie Garvin.
Yeah, for a first timer.
I lost money, man. I bet on him to win. $300. I lost money.
Did you happen to see every time they cut to Andre choking Greg Valentine?
No, I don't remember.
Because it happens a lot.
Andre
And
knows
he's literally just strangling Greg Valentine like for most of the match.
Andre knows about as many moves right now as Judy Martin does. Uh,
Yeah, he knows big
slap,
punch,
big
chop,
punch,
yeah, choke,
choke, and
uh
sit.
and that yeah,
He
sit and
he's
that
kind of like
weird
a
little
dog.
butterfly suplex thing.
He's
He's literally got 5 moves to do.
he's kind
No,
of
wait, no, he can do a body slam.
yeah. He's basically like a dog, bro. He's like chop, slap, sit, stuck on rope. Uh, and guess what, Cameron? Number 7, right around the corner.
Yeah, Jake Roberts. He was
Jake
right.
Roberts.
Andre is still in there. I guess he
Holy
knew
shit.
Andre got number 3.
And you wanna know something crazy?
What's
Jake
that?
Jake Roberts does absolutely fucking nothing while he's in this match.
I wrote he Jake Roberts. He obviously goes straight for Andre, but imagine if Andre had provoked his wife in any way. But Andre
Oh.
immediately shuts Jake down and just starts strangling him. 5 people, but the cluster's starting to break away. Nope, never mind. We're all back in one big pile.
How
Yeah,
long
Jake Roberts
is
come in and did a hot mess of fucking nothing, bro. He didn't do shit.
how long is Jake in the match for? I'm gonna
He's in the,
guess 93 seconds.
he's in the match for 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
2 minutes. The dude is choked
Yeah.
out until he can't breathe and is tossed over. Jake Roberts does nothing. Jake Roberts did more walking back to up the ramp and walking back to the ring
Yeah.
than he did while in the ring.
He did more after being eliminated.
Yep. And did you see how Greg was trying to run off the ropes and do like a trying to hit Andre to get him to stop choking? He tried it twice and then just stopped.
Just got back in the choke, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, whatever, I'm not gonna mess with Andre anymore.
I've got it written down like 6 fucking times when Andre chokes somebody.
But just before Jake the Snake is eliminated, Cameron,
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
you're
some guy that looks like an unmasked Russian ass Asian comes out because Ron Bass is here,
dude.
but he looks different now, doesn't he?
You know why?
Because Brutus Beefcake's an asshole.
For real, you made the number one guy that looks like Ron Bass from a guy who's not
Yeah.
actually named Ron Bass.
Yeah, and now nobody looks like their name is Ron Bass.
Exactly.
And it's a fucking shame. Hey, but Andre is still choking Valentine.
And at this moment, Jake is eliminated.
Oh yeah, he's
Uh,
out.
yep, Jake's been eliminated by Andre the Giant after what 2 minutes you said. So
Yeah,
literally the whole
thanks,
time.
asshole.
So
Thanks for
we got a
coming.
couple seconds of Ron Bass in there, and then literally he's just out.
Yeah.
See you later, alligator. But yeah, Ron Bass, Jake's eliminated by Andre. Uh, don't think there was too anything really.
No, just Andre choking Greg Valentine.
Axe right now, currently still in the ring. Came in at 1, still in. But yeah, number 9. Uh, in my opinion, top 5 all time.
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Maybe not yet, but at this point in time, but he will be there for sure.
yeah, we have Shawn Michaels coming in. Shawn Michaels, hell yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What a performance he had in this Rumble.
I wonder when he breaks up from the Rockers. Hopefully it's soon. I would love to
Oh,
see.
I'll make sure you see the segment where he splits from the Rockers. It's legendary.
Shawn doesn't go to WCW, right?
No, he's here to stay.
Forever,
Even when
really?
he's like, even when he takes his hiatus for a few years, when he has like the really bad back injury,
Yeah.
he's still like, he's still commissioner technically, and he pops up here and there. Like Shawn Michaels was never truly gone. Like he's, I know they have like you mentioned, they got signed a while back, and then got in like a bar fight or something, and then got released, and then now they're back.
Yeah.
But once we get that part, like once we get to this, which we're at now, like Shawn Michaels is a WWE lifer.
Yeah, I mean, I literally had Triple H going to rescue Shawn Michaels from being a cafeteria worker, and Shawn Sweet Chin music about
That's
38
the kid.
coworkers and the kid. Yeah. Oh, the kid's the best part, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah.
uh, what did I wrote? I wrote Shawn Michaels, you dog. I'm so glad you're here. I need you and Bad News Brown and Macho Man in a triple threat at WrestleMania 5 so bad. If
I
Bad
believe Shawn is at WrestleMania 5. I think it's like a Rockers tag match, but
Okay. I I
so we're
I
gonna
can
actually get to see some real Rocker stuff soon.
I can go with that. I wonder. I can't wait to see the first ever like tables match.
That's gonna
Having
be in
something like that.
2000.
Really, that long? Wow.
Yeah, dude, and it's great. Hardys and Dudleys,
Wow.
it's great.
I'm surprised they didn't do that any of them in the 90s. I know they is the Edge and
It'll be
Christian
the
and stuff.
ECW craze that where shit like that starts to happen, and even then, ECW never really did a tables match. They just put people through a lot of fucking tables, some of which on fire
Yeah,
because ECW.
barbed wired and everything.
Oh,
I,
dude, we gotta get to some ECW when that shit pops up, man. That's gonna be some fun stuff.
yeah, I used to love ECW.
Hey, Andre is still choking Greg Valentine.
But at this moment in the match, sadly, Axe, the number one guy, is
Yep.
eliminated. Fourth,
14 and a half minutes, man.
wow. He's the fourth person eliminated by Mr. Perfect. All right,
Yes.
our next
There's a
entrance. Oh,
Oh, before we get there, there's a really cool thing right here where Shawn Michaels like he goes to kick Mr. Perfect over the top rope, but the way Perfect goes flying over the top rope, he literally just grabs the top one and just rolls like right back around and lands inside. It looked so fucking crazy. Also, Andre's choking a different heel now. He's hugging Ron Bass, and I think he's telling him about how awesome it was when he beat the fuck out of Brutus Beefcake. Anyway, next entrant.
sorry. Ooh.
No, you're
Yeah,
good. I gotta this is a fun thing here. What do you have? Who did you write as entrant number 10?
it's Butch from the
Okay, I
Bushwhackers.
accidentally wrote Luke.
Luke.
Whoops.
Yeah, Luke is later. Luke comes in as soon as Butch is eliminated.
Yeah,
Uh,
Bolshevik style.
yeah, for real. Uh, what the fuck? Where were they?
Yeah, you're right. We're the Bolsheviks
At least one
or
of
the
them.
conquistadors. Come on.
Oh yeah, we definitely needed them.
Is Strike Force gone? Is there no more Strike Force?
I don't know. They kind of wore the same outfit. You'll see it later, or
We
you saw
also
it.
Oh, no, Rick Martel is still here. They're
Yeah,
just I guess they're just not tagging. But we didn't see either of the Young Stallions.
that's right. And didn't we mention that the Bulldogs are not there anymore?
Yeah, the Bulldogs are gone.
Okay, I can deal with that. Especially because like hopefully that's a push for the Rockers. So
Or the Hart Foundation.
yeah, true. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, we have Bushwhacker Butch comes in. But wait a minute, Jake the Snake Roberts, what's he doing here
Yeah, oh my god.
with Damien?
Yeah. Yep. He's
Okay,
got his snake, man.
first
And
of
this
all,
is where the crowd comes the fuck unglued.
I understand Jake is probably a great snake wrangler,
I guess.
but this motherfucker just throws him in the middle of the ring where 7 other
Yeah,
guys are.
yeah. The 7 dudes who aren't snake experts, so who might be afraid of snakes.
Yeah, well, there's one in particular.
Because let me
Andre
tell you
the
what I'm doing if a snake is thrown in a fucking wrestling ring. I'm doing exactly what Andre does.
Andre again shows his fear for snakes, runs over to the ropes and eliminates himself, and then just runs out of the arena. He's not having any of that shit. Could you imagine wrestlers then doing what wrestlers do now? People are more not likely gonna fuck with someone coming through the ramps, or coming through like where the fans are, cause like Jey Uso, he comes out from like the fan tunnel and he'll walk down or like the shield and stuff. Could you
Yeah.
imagine Andre the Giant back then trying to do that? He's getting tackled, he's getting mobbed. It's awful. Like,
Anyone would be like that. Like even just the walk, like just the walkway to the ring. There's up to this point they've had like high levels of security surrounding people.
yep. And so after Andre's eliminated,
What a
um
moment, by the way. I thought that was so cool. Him coming in with a snake and scaring Andre off. I thought that was great.
it was. And doesn't yeah, Jake goes in the ring to get Damien and then he just puts him back in that uh whatever carrier case that he has, kind of like
The
a bag.
bag.
Yeah. It's just I love how they keep that gimmick for like 3 pay-per-views in a row now. It's like he's
Well,
scared
he's
of a
yeah,
snake.
that's all he's got because like you said it yourself. He comes into this Royal Rumble and does fuck all. Like he immediately is just like, "All right, beat me up, brother." Like Jake Roberts is selling and a DDT and a snake. Those are the three things he does that gets him over. He does not need to wrestle because when he does, it's whatever. He just needs to get his ass kicked so he can sell, hit a DDT so people can scream for that, and
Yep.
pull out a snake so people can scream for that.
Exactly. And so we're past the 10 people mark now. The 5
Yeah,
people who are
because
in the ring that are left, we have Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, Greg Valentine, Butch, and future WWF champion Outlaw Ron Bass. Um,
yes,
I
yeah.
wanted to add that one for you. But number 11
Fuck
comes.
yeah, boy. Fuck yeah.
Number 11
Our
comes out.
hero.
My pick, my winner pick. He better win. You know what I mean? I better
Yeah,
not
I'm
see some
sure.
shenanigans.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
just wait 4 minutes.
damn it. it it's the honky tonk man. Uh, and literally he gets in there and he's fighting Mr. Perfect, right? And so it's like
Yeah.
I wrote this down. It's like,
Gonna
oh, the heels are fucking with each other. Like they don't like each other at all.
It was a very convincing struggle too. Like that shit
Hmm.
actually kind of looked like he was trying to throw him over. And maybe he was, who knows.
Hmm.
But he's like holding him kind of like he's going for a body slam and trying to toss him over and Perfect's holding on to the top rope and struggling with everything he's got. And it looked legitimate.
Hmm.
It looked so much more than your typical like, oh, I'm trying to get him over, like, oh, I'm trying to stop you, that bullshit where that you see in every battle royal ever.
And also they were also Greg the Hammer and Honky Tonk Man were also working on Shawn Michaels as well. I thought Shawn was about to be eliminated, and I thought it would have been an honor to be eliminated by Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine.
Would have been. So
But
entrant 13, let's get 12. I'm fucking with you.
no, I agree. When there's highs,
Yeah.
there's always lows, and the number
Yeah,
12
well,
man was
here he comes. Man.
Tito Chico Santana.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't call him Chico, man.
don't
Well,
call
here he
him
is.
Chico. Yeah.
Here he is. Tito Santana's here, guys. Cool. Bad News Brown's next.
Yeah.
he Remember he was happy with this number. It was good news for him.
Yeah. Lucky number 13.
What a
Uh,
badass man. He goes,
yeah.
I drew this number. That means I get to fuck up more people. I love it. Instead of because it'd be boring if Bad News Brown got number 30. There might be nobody left by the time he gets out there. Now he gets more people to beat the fuck out of, more asses to kick.
Let's be honest about something, okay? So Bad News Brown
Okay.
comes in at 13. Babyface or Hill, in your eyes, what is Bad News Brown?
I mean, he's a heel. but he's at least presented as like a cool one.
We would struggle in the 80s if we were our ages right now in the 80s.
No, I'd like Bad News Brown.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, he's the heel. If we were there and how people act then than how people act now, people would hate us in the crowd. We'd be going for Honky Tonk Man. We'd be
Mhm.
cheering on Bad News Brown. And we'd probably get beer thrown on us and like some other shit because I knew nobody was fucking with either one of them.
Let's think about this for Bad News Brown, right?
Yeah.
His character right now, loner, likes to kick ass, doesn't really trust others.
Undefeated.
Yeah, sure, but also like he was happy to get 13. How is this not like Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
If he
Yeah.
had been in the Attitude Era, Bad News Brown would have been fucking crazy over, dude.
If you give Bad News Brown some beers, he's
Yeah, I was about to
Steve
say, if you just
Austin.
give him a beer, man, just give him a beer and some cut off jeans. Maybe teach him how to ride a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, there's a lot of character traits that are shared with Steve Austin, and like when Steve Austin comes into WWE with a very similar character, he's a heel for a while until he starts getting pissed off at heels and doing his shit to heels. And last show, Bad News Brown got fucking tired of
The
Greg
heel
Valentine
shit.
fucking with
Yeah.
him and just left. So maybe Bad News Brown is a babyface at this point, but I feel like Bad News Brown is way ahead of his time at this point.
If Bad News Brown is not in the WrestleMania main event,
He won't be.
God damn,
Let
this
me just go ahead and fucking tell you, he won't be.
dude has won everything, and you're not gonna give him a title shot, which is blasphemy. But whatever, whatever. So yeah, after that, Tito and Butch eliminate Honky Tonk Man. He survived two people. I don't
Yeah,
understand that. This
yeah.
guy was
Our boy's slipping down the card, man. He's falling.
this guy literally was your number one heel at badass intercontinental champion for a while, a whole
He really
goddamn year.
was. He really was like a high end heel. Like he maybe two behind DiBiase, Andre, like that pairing. As far as mid card went, he was the top heel of the mid card for sure.
Exactly. He is a better heel for the intercontinental championship right now than Rick Rude is currently.
Well, yeah, for sure. But Rick Rude's closer to the body type of Ultimate Warrior and could be more believable to, kick his ass. Honky Tonk Man did exactly what he should have to the Ultimate Warrior. Let's just get killed by him in a few seconds.
Squash match, yep.
I just hate that it's cost us this like fucking great character getting screen time.
Hmm. I hope he does have a match, even if he's in like the Battle Royal at WrestleMania or he's in some shit triple, no, not shit triple, but shit 6-man tag. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope he gets
Maybe
something
he'll
like
be at a
that.
Survivor Series in a few years. Or there's at least that chance. Maybe he'll be in the next Rumble.
Hey, we could see him in the '89 Survivor Series, right? Because we just had
I
80
guess
here. Yeah.
I hope so, man. He's gonna be in a tag team pretty soon with Greg Valentine, and they'll be called Rhythm and Blues.
Get the fuck out of here. That is so awesome. Look up a shirt for us. So yeah, after
Let's get a Rhythm and Blues shirt and add your face over Honky Tonk Man and mine over Greg Valentine.
dude, I'd buy the shit out of that shirt. We sell it online and I'm our only buyer. I bought 10. But yeah, so after he gets eliminated, Shawn Michaels is looking like he's about to be eliminated. And then number 14 comes out. It's his
Oh yeah,
partner,
thank God.
Marty
Great timing.
Jannetty. Uh, yeah, who's obviously his partner in the Rockers.
Yeah, and Marty Jannetty helps out his friend by immediately coming to the ring and getting his ass kicked by Ron Bass.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay because they rally and the Rockers double drop kick Bass over the top.
Unfair. We're eliminating the wrong people.
Right.
There's a guy
You
named
guys.
Tito Santana who is still in
Yeah.
this match.
Yeah. You know Mr. Perfect's over there, guys. You know that,
Literally.
right? Greg
Greg
Valentine's still
Valentine
in
is
here, by the
there.
way.
Yeah, get rid of Greg.
But
You can,
Bushwhacker Butch is in this match still. He lasts longer than Andre does.
what was his time?
Andre goes 14:55. Bushwhacker Butch goes 18:30. I'm pretty
What?
sure only one person lasted longer. Wait, no, two people lasted longer than Bushwhacker Butch, and it's Akeem
Okay.
at just a few seconds. Like it, Bushwhacker Butch is 18:13, whereas Akeem is 18:36. But Mr. Perfect lasts 27 minutes and 58 seconds.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wait, actually, hold on. Greg Valentine went 1952, so he actually did go higher than
Man, Butch.
Bushwhacker Butch. But the point is, why is Butch going 18 minutes in the Royal Rumble? It's like they forget he's there, just forget to throw him out. Like I can imagine Vince in the back, like, throw the fucking Bushwhacker out, get him out of there. Why is he still there? Get the fucking Bushwhacker out of there.
Yeah, it's like, Honky Tonk Man, I meant Butch. Why are they
I
throwing
meant Butch. Why the fuck did you throw Honky Tonk Man over? That's my favorite heel.
But yeah,
I
now
hope my mic picked all that up.
oh it did. It did. It didn't cut out.
Great.
Sometimes it does when you
Great.
go on your rant, but that one it did not.
Well, I didn't do a high pitch like sound or something.
He didn't squeal.
No, I didn't. I didn't squeal. No, didn't scream.
But yeah, so now we are at the halfway point. Here we go. Number 15.
Here we go. It's a rumble now.
Our champion, Randy Savage. First of all,
And he immediately goes for Bad News Brown, dude. He knew who the big threat was. He also wants that main event, that Mania main event that you want.
I need it bad. But real quick,
Okay.
what the hell does this winner get if our champion
Nothing.
is going to be in here?
It's to be the winner of the Royal Rumble, dude. What more do you need than to win the prestigious second ever Royal Rumble and add your name to the list that only includes Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who isn't even in this match?
Yeah, there's an asterisk next to Hacksaw's name.
Yeah, because it was the 21 and no one gave a fuck about it.
Yeah. But yeah, after Savage, he's beating the shit out of Bad News Brown. I think Greg Valentine also gets this little moment with Savage as well. Number 16, one half of the tag team that I totally forgot their name.
The Brainbusters.
The Brain Busters. It is Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Arn Anderson. Didn't we just see him at SummerSlam with Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
Dude, that segment led me to believe that there was going to be like either some older legend that we
Me
had
too.
forgotten about come to help him, or like Goldust would pop up to help him, but instead it's Orton and Kevin Owens, who we probably assumed would be helping him, and then Roman Reigns. Like,
You know
holy
what
shit.
I saw online?
Okay.
So instead of Orton and Kevin Owens, it's the Usos getting back together. Okay? Like
I
Jake
have a prediction of like how that's gonna go, but we don't have to talk about that now.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Yeah, it was
No,
like
go ahead.
it was like
Here's that.
Jay comes out getting the shit beat out of him by the Tongas, and then Jimmy comes out and saves his brother, okay? And they go do the thing where they escape, blah blah blah. And then you got Jacob Fatu comes out, the wolf.
Okay.
And then it's like, oh shit, like who's gonna take him out, And then it's like, oh shit, it's Roman Reigns, okay? And then you have The Rock coming back.
Okay. So you're hoping for The Rock. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what you're going for.
And
I
I would you have been mad if Solo would have won that match on Saturday?
Not mad. I don't think he's. So I think Solo is going to win the title, but I didn't think it was going to be a SummerSlam.
You think it's gonna be
I
at
know we're
WrestleMania?
breaking from the Rumble here, but
Yeah.
like my predicted path, and I've been right so far because I predicted that Roman would come back and cost Solo the title. So I think it'll be Roman and Solo at Bad Blood, but that's going to get thrown out because of bloodline interference and shit.
Yeah.
And then he'll be saved by one of the Usos,
It'll
or
be
probably Jay or
Bloodline
something.
versus Bloodline
Yeah.
at War Games. It'll
At
be
War Games.
Yeah, it'll
But
be the
you're thinking The
the-
Rock. I'm thinking Sami Zayn.
Yeah, will be the fourth member. Yeah, of
Yeah.
yeah, no, but I was thinking The Rock would have turned. I thought The Rock was going to come and help Solo win on Saturday.
Okay. See, I'm also of the belief that The Rock is going to be a heel again, but I think that I think Bloodline, like new Bloodline, wins at War Games,
Okay.
and then Solo wins the Rumble, and
Okay.
Elimination
Would
Chamber
definitely be
Solo
okay with
beats
that.
Roman. Like, at Elimination Chamber, Solo beats Roman with The Rock's help, and then that way at Mania we had the Solo Cody rematch, and then Rock Roman.
I'm totally fine with that. And yeah,
Yeah, that's just,
feel free
and
to
I'll
give
probably be
Solo the
wrong
title.
because yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I also I didn't know that Jacob Fatu had won the tag belts with Tama Tonga,
Yep.
because I thought Tama Tonga's tag partner was his fucking brother Tongaloa,
It
who
was
had
he was
been
injured.
okay, all right, so he's injured, cool. Because I figured that LA Knight was winning the US belt just so Jacob Fatu could get that.
Hmm. Also, Jacob Fatu, potential broken ankle.
Okay, so that real? Like, cause
Yeah, he was
I don't
wearing
know.
he had a boot and crutches
Yeah,
after,
but the
and
WWE was like really good production and like really good resources and shit, so that
yeah,
could be
well,
a work. But we'll see, we'll see.
yeah, fans saw him and Solo like they were dapping him up at a gas station after on Saturday, but yeah,
Yeah, but they'd really want you to protect the angle, and I could
yeah,
easily see them putting a dude not injured in a boot,
it is
so
left
fans would see
leg.
it and be
It is
like, "Oh
left
man,
leg.
look!" See, but but now like so yeah, hey, wear this boot while you go get fucking gas and shit 5 minutes after the show ended, so that way fans will be like, "Oh, I actually saw him in a boot," you know.
Yeah,
It's
now
that
they're
easy.
tweeting about it. Yeah,
Or maybe they have people that work for them strictly as like fans on social media, so they send them like, "Hey, tweet this picture of Solo at a gas station with a boot."
yeah. I saw it was they did that because they didn't want Roman to have like, oh, well, Roman can just beat the shit out of Jacob Fatu type of vibe. You know what I
But
mean?
what if he can though? Why shouldn't he be able to?
Well, he can't. He should be able to. It's fucking Roman Reigns. Like, who
That's
cares?
what I'm
Yeah,
feeling. That's the OTC, dude.
yeah. Roman Reigns, top 10 wrestler of all time when it's said and done.
Okay, all right.
I think Roman's heel for these last 4 years was fucking
Dude, yeah,
insane.
Roman. I really hate that I stopped watching wrestling on a constant basis, like
Yeah,
right before Roman won the belt, because that title reign seemed like it was awesome.
it was
I just
amazing.
kind of saw the end of it, and I was like, this. I didn't want him to lose it to Cody. I wanted more years of Roman. 4 more years of Roman, dude. Win the re-election.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let Roman win the Royal Rumble. All right, back to our Rumble though.
All right,
Uh,
so Tully Blanchard comes. I don't actually.
wait.
I don't know.
First of all,
Arn Anderson's out.
Shawn Michaels eliminated, right?
Is he? I don't know. I just saw that. The last thing we said was Arn Anderson comes in.
Yeah, Savage and
Savage eliminates Valentine, and then Arn Anderson and Savage eliminate Michaels. Yeah.
yep. So Greg and Shawn Michaels are both out now. Next, yep, we have Tully Blanchard at 17. Both Brain Busters are in.
I put this really funny thing about that Jannetty went after Anderson for revenge, even though Anderson and Savage had thrown Michaels out. Way to stay in your lane.
Yeah, yeah, no, no
And
reason
Savage
for
just goes straight back to Brown.
yeah, no reason for Marty to go after Savage there.
Hey, you
Uh,
asshole champion, world champion, get the fuck back over here. You're
which
like, no, you go ahead, bro.
Arn Anderson though eliminates Marty right here though as well. Right before
Yeah,
number 18 comes in.
cool. Bye,
Um,
buddy.
Number 18. What do you think about the guy?
He's all right.
Yeah, probably the biggest wrestler at this time. It is Hulk Hogan comes in at 18.
And just tosses Mr. Perfect out.
Yep. He
Bye,
saves
bitch.
he saves Macho Man, gets rid of Mr. Perfect. Also Tito Santana randomly eliminated here as well. I don't
Yeah, I
think
was about to
you
say.
even caught it.
Also, Tito goes out somehow. Yeah, Arn Anderson and Randy Savage did that one too.
Yeah, they
I don't
I
know why.
I think Jesse goes, wait, is Tito out? And Gorilla's like, yes, I think Tito has been eliminated from this match. uh, but yeah, so isn't it? Don't you just expect here? They're not really helping each other out yet. Hogan and Macho Man.
No, they're not, and because clearly they're gonna build to an interaction between the two, but
Yeah,
I
they're
feel like they're trying to tell this story of Savage isn't aware Hogan's in yet.
uh-huh.
That's all I got. That's
Yeah. No, hey, I understand.
because you're about to get to a point where everybody just starts targeting them, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, both of them are double teamed, basically. So as number 19 is coming out, it's the other bushwhacker, Luke.
Yep.
Uh,
I wrote
the
both Bushwhackers are here. Somehow Butch made it this long. Never mind.
Yeah, Bad News Brown then says, "Fuck this, here comes your buddy, you're out, bro," and
Yeah.
eliminates Butch.
There really only was room for one Bushwhacker at a time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. Uh, oh, I totally forgot to mention this, and I know you said it earlier, but after the Shawn Michaels elimination and then Macho Man went back to Bad News Brown, I literally said, Macho Man still targeting Bad News, potential main event? And
Yeah, he's politicking for it right there.
I did 18 question marks after it.
But
Uh,
apparently, like, I guess Bad News Brown had been making some comments about Elizabeth or some shit, and that
oh,
was the
what?
story to that. Like, because remember last show he was like, yeah, I know what kind of champion you are. Like, you hide behind a skirt and shit like that.
He did, you're right.
So Bad News Brown right now is and again, this is something that like would probably be looked at as a babyface trait these days, but he's kind of like he's trying to punch outside of his weight class, you know? Like
Mhm.
he's trying to fucking like take down the biggest dog in the yard right now. He's literally trying to pick a fight with with Randy Savage, and Randy Savage only has time to deal with this asshole when they happen to be in the same Royal Rumble because Randy Savage is a world champion and is busy with world champion shit. Whereas Bad News Brown is just really only in battle royals and and 5 minute single matches.
Uh, so yeah, so number 20 entrant, we have Coco Beware. All right. Uh,
Hey, real quick, are the
okay.
Bushwhackers babyface?
I'd assume they don't really speak English.
Yeah, that's true. But he's also like he's with the heels ganging up on the Mega Powers here. But
No, I,
also, Coco Beware is going to do the same thing.
I think Luke is smarter than what most people think, and he knows that why should we let them win when I'm Luke Bushwhacker of the Bushwhackers and I want to win myself?
Well, it failed him because he only was in this match for 3 minutes.
Yeah, because literally as soon as Coco is in, he's in. Coco's in what, 48 seconds?
A minute and 8 seconds.
Yeah, Hogan does back-to-back eliminations on Coco and Luke
And
Bushwhacker.
Luke, yeah, he's like, let me get rid of all the baby faces real quick, so I'm really outnumbered.
Yeah. So now we just had a 20th man, and now we're down to 5 people. We have Hogan, Savage, Bad News Brown, Blanchard, and Anderson. So both the
Okay.
Brainbusters are still in there.
And both Mega
And
Powers, and
both Mega
then
Powers, and then our future
yeah,
WWF
yeah,
champion, Bad News
and then our
Brown.
favorite wrestler in history.
The next elimination is very Santino Marella like, as
Well,
we all like
this
to
is the
say.
record Santino was trying to break. Well, did break.
Really? I didn't. Oh, okay. Dude, I love when things come into fruition. Seeing things that you would have never thought you would see until now. Um,
Yeah, the iconic Warlord elimination right here.
yep. The 21st entrance is Warlord. Warlord steps on the apron, puts a foot in, the other foot in, and Hogan eliminates him with a clothesline. Uh, and literally or actually before that, actually, Hogan eliminates Arn Anderson and Tully with a double clothesline. And then he looks as Warlord is stepping into the apron and eliminates him as well.
Yeah, and then he's not even done.
And then we have Bad News Brown and Randy Savage. Savage and Bad News Brown are both teetering over on the rope. I'm pretty sure Savage is trying to lift him over, and Hogan looks at it and picks up Brown's leg and tosses both Savage and Bad News Brown out of the ring. So everyone currently has been eliminated besides Hulk Hogan.
And Savage is pissed.
Do you think do you think Hogan was trying to say it was by accident?
I don't know. Because he mentioned in that promo where he's like, I know we're friends and all that, but if it comes down to, me and Macho Man, like he's gonna have to feel Hulkamania like everybody else or some shit.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
so
think like Savage's issue was he did it like behind his he like kind of took advantage of him and didn't like help him throw out Bad News Brown and then like leave it down to them or something.
mhm,
But also Randy Savage is like slowly going insane and losing his mind and is suspecting that Hogan is trying to you know
steal his wife.
swoop in on his woman anyway.
Yep. So yeah, after 21 people, we're down to one person in the ring currently, and after Hogan eliminates Brown and Savage, Savage comes back to the ring, and he's getting in his face. Hogan's pointing out like, "Hey, you're eliminated." Blah
Because
blah
that's gonna
blah.
make Hogan. Because when Hogan's eliminated, he's just gonna leave. He's not gonna stand around and bitch about it and be mad. Hogan's a man of
No,
pride and
yeah,
integrity. So when
no.
he's eliminated, he's just gonna leave. There hasn't been constant cases of Hulk Hogan coming back and fucking with shit after he's been eliminated and has no business being here anymore, right? Hogan's not gonna make something all about Hogan.
Hell no.
So
And
anyway,
so,
after Hogan sends him away and he makes it all about himself.
well, first Elizabeth comes into the ring and settles this.
Yeah, she takes the heels off because that's how serious she is about fixing this shit.
Dude, I am who turned I cannot wait to see who turns heel. Like there's an obvious answer, but I don't want it to be him. I don't want Savage
Yeah,
to be heel again.
I know, man. I know.
But it's just like, God damn, bro, like I love Savage as a good guy so bad.
Yeah,
And
he's
but
he
they
is
are
great.
not gonna let Hulk Hogan in the '80s turn bad. There is zero chance of that.
I
Um,
just don't. I can't picture a world where WWE period will have Hogan as a heel. Because even in 2002, when they do the NWO return, from the jump, they still kind of present Hogan as like on the verge of babyface.
God, that's wild. Um,
Even after murdering The Rock with a semi truck.
so at number
Wrestling, man.
22, we have the Big Boss Man. Now it's just two people
I
in the ring, Hogan
I
and Big
love the
Boss
structure
Man.
of this. I love how this was laid out because like Hogan, his help with the Twin Towers is now gone
Hmm.
by his hand, and he is now left alone in this ring with nobody. And here come the Twin Towers. It was awesome.
Yep. So Big Boss Man comes in at 22, and right after him, number 23, Akeem
All right.
comes in.
So which one of these do you think Ted DiBiase drew and traded for the heel for the number 30 spot for the to the heel? Which what do you think?
I
Which
don't
one?
know, cause
Because it's
I
the
mean,
only plausible
yeah, it's
explanation.
the only way. I guess Akeem, because it is, or maybe it was 22, Big Boss Man. Could you imagine? I don't know. I think,
Imagine drawing 22 or 23 and being upset about it.
yeah. I mean, that's perfect.
But he has money, so I just love that Slick was the one that happened to be in the room and also happened to have the 30 spot.
Hmm.
And then he was just like, "Well, hey, look, I can give you my 22 spot and then you can have your two guys beside each other.
Hmm.
And perhaps they're both in the ring to murder me when I come in at 30. Yeah, this is a great idea for everyone involved." I
But
just feel like Ted DiBiase's had better evil plans than this.
yeah, like getting RVD to smell his feet, or
Yeah, like
renting out a
his
whole
his
pool.
his approach has literally been throw money at problems until the problems go away. But as they say, man, mo money, mo problems. His money spending has only caused him problems.
Money, 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 money. Uh, But yeah, so Akeem and Big Boss Man literally just beat the shit out of Hogan. Uh, but Hogan actually comes back with a double headbutt. Still doesn't matter. They just say "fuck you, bro," and they throw Hogan out. Hogan is the next
Yeah,
eliminated. And guess what? You were right earlier. Hogan is pissed.
he's not done. Yeah,
So he grabs Big
Hogan
Boss
says, "Wait
Man,
a minute."
pulls him
Go
out
ahead. Go
underneath
ahead.
the bottom rope, and then Akeem goes out there too. Both of them are not eliminated. Big Boss Man and Akeem are not eliminated. But they decide, hey, let's just fight Andre or fight Hulk Hogan outside the ring for a minute. uh, until number 24 comes out, and it's Hogan's friend, Brutus, a barber, Beefcake.
Yay, Brutus Beefcake's here.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. And eventually they go back into the ring, and it sucks. But you got, Brutus and facing both the Twin Towers alone. But guess what? Big Boss Man running towards the ropes, and
Yep.
guess who's there? None other than
Or
sore
loser, bitch,
loser
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, and he pulled. We said sore loser at the same time, bro. That's cute.
Yeah, but I called him a sore loser, bitch.
Yeah, that's true. He
Because
pulls
it's the
down.
fucking Hulk Hogan show. We're all here for it.
Pulls down the ropes and eliminates Big Boss Man. And it's like, okay, great pop from the crowd. Thank you, Hogan, for
Yeah.
saving Brutus from the Twin Towers.
Can
And
you leave now, though? Can you leave now, Hogan? Can you
yeah,
get
they
the
did. Thank
fuck
God.
out of here?
They went fighting. They went fighting up the aisle. And we're left with Beefcake and Akeem are left in this match. But there's six people left. Um,
Yeah, there sure are.
number
I couldn't
25.
believe there was this much Rumble post Hogan, and I mean, I wasn't upset with what happens, of course, but like, I can't believe that there was this much Rumble after Hogan was gone.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Still, yeah. I mean, you're right. Uh, this next entrance funny. Uh,
Yeah, it is.
I wrote entrance number 25, Red Rooster, and I wrote Red Rooster's back. Let's go. Has to be odds on favorite after post Hogan elimination, right? LOL.
Yeah, definitely. And he's not knowing who number 27 is about to be.
Like if you're betting right now, right? You say, "Hey, I'm putting all my money on the Red Rooster," right?
Oh
Um,
yeah. Well, because I've already lost my money when Bad News Brown went out though.
yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, God, I wish Akeem would go back to the one man gang so bad.
I liked him so much better as One Man Gang.
Me too.
Not only that, he'd look cooler next to Boss Man.
He would.
Although a gang and a police officer
Don't
teaming up
mix.
together would
Yeah.
be fucking awesome.
But entrance number 26, Cameron.
Okay.
We have one half of the Powers of
Yep.
Pain. We have
Okay.
Barbarian.
Hopefully he does better than Warlord, and the fact he can get in the ring and stay there, he did. He did. He did significantly better than the Warlord.
Dude, we are at this moment in the match where I am bored. I'm gonna say it right
Yeah,
now.
because all the cool shit's
All the
happened.
all the cool guys are out. You're
Yeah,
telling
don't
me,
worry. Hercules and Rick Martel is coming. Don't worry.
yeah, you're making me watch Akeem,
The
Red
fucking
Rooster.
final four. The
Yeah,
final four of the Royal Rumble, bro. I was like, if this happened in 2023, we'd be like, man, Mania's gonna suck this year.
yeah. It would be bad. Oh my god. Uh, but yeah,
We
fighting
got a minute though.
ensues.
Yeah.
At
Barbarians
27,
here.
27.
Hey, real quick, are you surprised that the Powers of Pain have not won the tag belts from Demolition by now?
Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Like, I was certain that since they did the little double turn and gave them Fuji and turned Demolition babyface, that they would immediately swap the belts to Powers of Pain. Maybe that's a Mania match. Maybe it's along the way or something. I just figured by now, like they went through all of that trouble in a 45-minute Survivor Series match to execute that double turn and get the Powers of Pain with Fuji, and they're not tag champs for it yet. It just seems kind of strange.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Especially like when it other than the world champion, they don't really keep the belts on baby faces that long, other than the world title, which we've exclusively seen on baby faces to this point.
Yeah.
Like when Tito got it at when Tito got it back between WrestleMania and Wrestling Classic, he had lost it by WrestleMania 2. And then Savage had it all the way to 3. And then we didn't even make it to like Survivor Series of the year that Steamboat had it, and he had already lost it to Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, then
So
Honky
like,
lost it to Ultimate Warrior.
yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna get a Rick Rude Ultimate Warrior match.
I
Like
mean,
it,
I'm
yeah.
sure we are at some point if it hasn't happened already. It's not going to be as good as that pose down.
No, nothing will. Unless we get Brother
I
Love back.
I just don't want to watch Ultimate Warrior and Rick Rude wrestle, but I'll watch them do pose down. I'll watch Rick Rude be a sleazeball. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't want to watch him wrestle.
But number 27 after a 2-year hiatus, we have
Here he
Big John
is.
Studd. Awful wrestler. I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah, but he's
Uh,
fucking huge, so he doesn't have to be.
yeah, I don't I don't think he took a lot of bumps in this.
Oh God, no, of course not.
Yeah.
I love that he has his beef is with Akeem. So when he gets into the ring, he literally grabs Red Rooster and just throws him off of Akeem so he can start beating Akeem himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
And even next to Hakeem, Stud is fucking huge.
mhm. I think he's like 7'3" or something shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big boy.
Hmm. Uh, so yeah, so they're fighting. Skip a couple minutes.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Here comes Hercules.
28 bad guy turned baby face.
Yep.
Hercules. Thank God we're beefing up the muscles in the ring.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry, because the next two aren't as big as as these
No.
guys.
No. Uh yeah, and nothing no one's being eliminated currently. We're just getting a lot of
No.
fighting in the ring, nothing too crazy or anything.
Yeah. Well,
But
all the crazy shit's happened, so now we just have to fill the ring so it still looks cool.
mhm. So yeah, entrant number 29, other half of Strike Force, better half is what
Yeah,
half the
sure.
people would say, or three-fourths people
Yeah.
say.
The
Uh,
star of Strike Force.
Rick Martel. Um, no, not the toy company guy. This is Rick Martel, the WWE wrestler. What is that? No,
Mattel.
Mattel.
Rick Mattel.
Rick Mattel. Uh, yeah. And then of course we'll just skip it. Let's skip right to it. Number 30, none
Ted
other
DiBiase
than $1 Million Man. Yep.
with
So we
his
have number 30
purchased.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 8 people. We have John Studd, Akeem, Hercules, Barbarian, the Red Rooster, Rick Martel, Brutus Beefcake, and Ted DiBiase. We
What a cast.
literally went through 8 numbers without an elimination. Like, what are we doing here? Uh,
Well, yeah, like I said, all the cool stuff with like the Snake and Hogan and Savage and Andre, all that's already happened.
mhm,
We don't have any more cool spots in mind. We just got to get these guys out here
yeah.
because we picked Big John Studd to win this thing. Oh shit! Sorry, spoiler.
DiBiase and the Rooster, they had a little moment. DiBiase then eliminates the Rooster over the turnbuckle.
Hey, there's a
Um,
little flare thing where he like flips over the
flips over. Yep.
turnbuckles and yeah,
Hmm. Also, Brutus is putting a sleeper hold on Hercules at this
yeah,
moment.
which is what his wrestling does to
Uh,
me every time I see him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
and so Ted and the Barbarian work together and they eliminate both Brutus and Hercules,
Mm-hmm.
leaving us with 5, which is Barbarian, Martel, Ted, Stud, and
Akeem.
Akeem. Yep. And so now, uh, trying to go back to my notes.
Martel hits a drop kick on Barbarian
Barbarian is eliminated. Yeah.
and
So
Barbarian is over. So the final four are Big John Studd, Akeem, Rick Martel, and Ted DiBiase. What a fucking cast.
yeah, the outsiders with Ted DiBiase.
At this point, do you notice that DiBiase, despite not having a gimmick where he's like this big dude, he's actually kind of tall. Like he's basically eye level with with fucking like Stud and Akeem.
Yeah. Also, at this moment, everybody with a brain should think Ted DiBiase is gonna win. Like, there's no reason I'm thinking anybody else is gonna win, right?
I think it was definitely presented that way to look that way because without Hogan or Andre or Savage there, I think to this point the biggest guy on the roster, not literally because that would be John Studd, but like the biggest
Yeah,
in terms of
fourth it's
star
Ted.
power and like yeah, especially like in the current product because Ted DiBiase was the main event of the last Mania and has been like one of the top heels all year and just throwing his money around. So it definitely did look like he was being put in position to win.
Hmm.
I kind of feel like he should have, honestly.
Yeah, I do too. Would have helped him get even more over as a heel. I don't understand this finish at all, but I
I don't
get
know
it,
what
I
we get out of
guess.
it.
So yeah, so Martel is eliminated by Akeem, which leads Big John Studd, Akeem, and Ted. Uh, and yeah, I mean the one man out. Of course, why would Ted DiBiase do anything right here? So we have Akeem and Studd going for each other. Um, trying to
And like this is
see.
the little heel miscue,
Yeah. Akeem accidentally splashes Ted in the corner, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Stud comes out of the corner and basically clubs Akeem in the back and sends him over the top rope. So the final
Yeah.
two, we have Ted DiBiase and Big John Stud, and Ted is pleading his case to take his money,
Yeah. Just take
take
the
my
money and go,
money and
man.
go, get out of here. Like we don't have to do this. But no, not on my watch. Big John Stud clotheslines Ted DiBiase, picked him up and tossed him over the top rope to win.
And he just beats his ass for a minute, like just tosses
Mhm.
him around because DiBiase bumps his ass off for this dude. And it's a Royal Rumble. There's really no need for all that shit, but he gives it to him anyway. I thought like Ted DiBiase's so good and like with his selling and just his mannerisms.
Mhm. And Virgil comes in to end the match, and Big John Stud's
Yeah.
not taking that shit, and he gets the
Nope.
31st elimination,
Yeah,
technically.
Big John Studd with an extra one. So I'm noticing. I think it Hulk Hogan is credited with an elimination on Big Boss Man for this Rumble. Hogan eliminated 10 people.
Third of the con is crazy. That little run where he eliminates like six people in a row is fucking wild.
Yeah, like when he comes in, like he gets Mr. Perfect, and then like he follows that up like and then he gets like Arn Anderson and Tully at the same time, and then he gets Coco and Bushwhacker, and then he gets the Warlord, then he gets Savage and Brown, then he gets Boss Man. Yeah, he did everything, dude. Hogan took out a third of this fucking Rumble.
Hey, that 27 spot, by the way, where most winners come from, right?
Yep, this was the first time because it's
Um,
also up to this point no one's even been able to enter number 27.
but yeah, Royal Rumble is over. What are your thoughts on the whole event, the whole pay per view?
It was actually a pretty easy watch. There was nothing that was like too long, and I didn't think anything was bad. I thought the Rumble pretty good, definitely better than last year's. I really like the way it was laid out. Like the whole first portion is basically about people teaming up to take out Andre, and then it's the Savage and Hogan show, but mostly the Hogan show. And then when that's done, like Hogan getting rid of everybody, even his own friend, just for it to lead to Boss Man and Akeem being the next one to come out and like double team his ass, and he basically cost himself the Rumble by being selfish and throwing Savage over when he could have just helped Savage get Brown out and have Savage there to help him. But he was selfish. He's Hulk Hogan. So he threw them both over and it cost him. I thought that was pretty neat. The ending of the Rumble, a little boring, but like I think it's cool to see Big John Studd and like I don't really mind him winning the Royal Rumble because it's not like there's any actual reason for the Rumble to exist yet. It's not like he's getting this win and then he's going to Mania to face Savage. He's just winning the Royal Rumble because why not? I do think it would have been better for DiBiase to win it just to have that accolade on him because honestly, like he's presented as this top heel, but he hasn't really accomplished shit. He's just thrown his money around and failed, you know?
Yeah,
So like
no, I agree.
him having one thing that his money actually did help him accomplish, whether he deserved it or not, would have been kind of cool. But like I said, who fucking cares at this point? It's just a random Royal Rumble in '89. Um, I I thought the women's match was the weakest one we've seen outside of Moolah and Velvet McIntyre. Um, and it's not that it was bad; it just was not Bomb Angels and Glamour Girls. Pose Down was the highlight for me because I fucking loved it. Warrior shouldn't really work in that type of environment, but somehow he did. All he had to do was just look jack as fuck and have some form of charisma and let Heenan and Rude do the rest, which they did. So I give this show 3 King Kong Bundys.
Okay.
For match of the night, I'm giving it to the Rumble itself. Like I said, I thought it was like just a pretty good Rumble. I enjoyed it. Performer is Rick Rude. That dude, I thought he was like I it's weird because I've said it on this particular recording several times. I don't want to watch Rick Rude wrestle, but goddamn, did I not love watching him do this pose down. I love watching him be a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time he's just like, "Oh, I got to get ready," and then fucking Bobby Heenan goes, "I'm gonna need about 15 minutes." Best promo I put for Hogan in the Rumble rundown because he's the only person that got the fucking cut one. Best segment, obviously, for me is going to be the pose down. And moment for me was Jake chasing Andre out of the Rumble with Damien. I thought that was really awesome. And the crowd lost their shit for it, so they agreed. Overall, like, it wasn't great, as in I can't wait to watch this shit again, but I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was fun to watch. I don't feel like I wasted my time. I was happy with what I watched after the end of the 2.5 hours.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would agree. Definitely, it's not one of the best shows that we've seen, but it's definitely right there in the middle. I'm gonna have to agree with you on the 3 King Kongs out of 5. I'm really excited for the next Royal Rumble. I don't know anything about it, but just a sense of, okay, we got one under our belts. Maybe we'll make something of the next one. The tag team match to start out the show is fucking great. It's one of our better openers that we've had
Okay.
all throughout 12 episodes. The women's match, awful. Like I told you, Sensational Sherry was annoying to me. Judy Martin, bless her heart. Uh, Rockin' Robin deserves much better than what happened today. Even the King of the Ring match, it was okay. Okay, I love the, we're just gonna keep going with Harley Race trying to do whatever it takes to become king again. Harley Race, moment of the night has to go to Harley Race dumping Haku off of the fucking uh platform onto the ground. That caught me off guard bad. I don't know why the fuck he did that at all. Even if it's for the bit, even if they talked about it, that is scary. Like Haku can fall, hurt
Yeah.
himself bad, bro. Like this is
Yeah, a lot
89.
of shit could have gone wrong right there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh
this is '89. Yeah, you're right. Like we probably don't have the knowledge of like stunt coordination and shit
yep.
at that point. They're like, fuck it, just fall off of it. You're Samoan, you'll live, or you're Tongan, or whatever the fuck it is, you'll live.
Yeah, you'll be fine, whatever, bro.
Yeah, you're an
Uh
island boy. You'll be all
Yeah,
right.
performer of the night though. You hit the nail on the head. Like it's literally Rick Rude. He killed it just being an asshole. Even after when Heenan squirts him in the face with the oil, Ultimate Warrior in the face with oil, Rick Rude, he gets his punches in, then he realizes, oh shit, Ultimate Warrior is a feral animal. Let's get the
Yeah,
fuck
he's
out
kind
of
of
here.
mad. I better go.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean that segment is just hilarious. I hope they continue. I know they don't nowadays, but let's at least give me 5 more Rumbles where we have some bullshit
Dude, yeah.
competition.
I swear, this is my favorite part of the 2 Rumbles.
Hmm.
Like
And
I felt like I could have watched Dino Bravo bench press with Jesse Ventura hyping him up for hours.
I hope they do it again in the
He's got to
90s.
break the record. He's got to break it again, right?
Yeah, exactly. Royal Rumble, yeah, 10 times better than the original one. I hate that some of the other stars can't be in it. Like we could definitely do some replacements, but hey, those replacements are there for a reason. Guys like the Red Rooster, whose number one goal is to just be that middleman, or Ronnie Garvin or the Bushwhackers. I mean, one Bushwhacker was what, fifth on the time list, so who cares?
Yeah,
I gotta
fucking
give
three people outlasted Butch.
another performer of the night. I mean, I hate to do it. We've given him so many
Hey man,
times.
do it, give it to him.
Hulk Hogan. I mean, 10 eliminations. I mean, goddamn, you can't. I mean,
Yeah,
literally.
that goes to politicker of the night, or politician of the night. But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it wasn't too bad. I don't think I
No,
was
dude,
ever
no.
bored. Yeah, literally besides the ending. Because I don't understand why we don't give Ted the win at all. But
Yeah.
okay. I guess I'll take it.
I'll
Um,
be honest, like after Starcade, I was really like worried that I was gonna go back to being shitty and mean to WWF matches, and this show pleasantly surprised me by not being something I was like getting bored of or sick of. I thought this was really fun,
yeah.
and it was an easy watch too. It wasn't like
Mhm.
3 or 4 hours long. It was just 2.5 hours, whatever. It's just shorter than your usual episode of Raw these days. So
Yeah. And now the next thing we're gonna watch before we go back to WCW.
well, we're gonna
Beginning.
watch main event next,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So beginning of February, I think it's like February something. I don't know. Is it February
So
8th
it's like
maybe?
February 2nd is when it
Second. Okay. It's another.
because it comes before Chi-Town Rumble.
Yeah. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it live. I don't know who the card is. Do you know who the card is? I have no
I
clue.
do know who the card is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Mega Powers versus the Twin Towers,
Okay.
and Ted DiBiase versus Hercules,
Okay.
and 7 dark matches that you won't see.
We'll talk about the dark matches then. But yeah, it's gonna we're gonna do it exactly how we did it last time. We're gonna live react to it. This time I cut out some of the parts in it, but after I cut out, I was thinking that doesn't make sense. Why am I cutting it out if we're watching it live? There's just some times in it where we feel like we're not saying anything, and I just didn't care for it. But next time I don't think I am because I just feel like it's more fluid that way.
hmm It's kind of like it's got like a watch along kind of feel.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for our Royal Rumble. And do you have any final thoughts, Cameron, before we're done here?
Drink lots of water.
All right. Yeah, it is hot outside, so
Yeah, take care
uh
of yourself.
yeah, we'll see
Watch more
you.
wrestling. Watch all the wrestling that you can get because
Yeah,
wrestling is so good, especially
I
when they
agree.
don't wrestle and they do things like pose downs because they're awesome and fun. And wrestling is about so much more than what you see in the ring between the bell. Wrestling is the stories told, uh, that just in front of the camera in general. And
General.
whenever we get to see a match between Rick Rude and Ultimate Warrior, it is going to be so much better now because of that pose down. I love the pose down. That's my final thought.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys at the main event 2. Main event 2 out of 5. There's still 3 more.